now. Press the button on Facebook. And press the button on Instagram. Go ahead and set the music up.
You got what song he wants to play?
I don't know if I hooked the things in right. He told me to hold off because he didn't want me to blow
Look
up.
up Instagram. Yo, don't look that up, man.
He said,
Don't
don't
look
look.
that up.
You just turn
I
it
got
off.
it.
All right.
Tell Fonzie don't mess with that.
I got you.
Look up the iPad and have to connect the iPad to the music for Mr. Cole. He should know how to do
And
that.
just click on this button, right?
Yes.
All right. Check the connection.
All right, so listen, you guys are live right now, so Fonzie needs to look up the, tell Fonzie to grab the iPad and come on outside.
Come outside?
On the other side, he's just saying come around.
Okay. Okay.
It's live.
Okay.
All right, so 55
Hold on, man.
552255
525255.
552255 552255.
All right, go to the gearbox. And then what is it connected to Bluetooth? What is the Bluetooth
Oh,
connected?
right there, the Bluetooth. See what it's connected to. EV, Evolve.
Yeah. Yeah. Not connected. Any connected.
Connected.
Damn, what was one?
Probably the vector.
Yo, let me see. Is it connecting?
Yeah, it's
It's
connected.
trying to connect.
No, it's trying to. It should have connected already.
It's still spinning.
So that means that you gotta, it says not connected, right?
Yeah.
So go over to that, go over to the speaker on the right. Look behind their spawns and turn that on. It should be a power button. See if it's on. It's got power.
It's on.
Okay. Check it now again.
That's a negative.
All right, now you'll find this
I'm listening.
jogger on. You'll find
Yeah, I'm coming that way. Uh-huh.
there's a jogger on the back of the so it still didn't come up.
Mm-mm.
Take the Bluetooth off and cut it back on. See what happens. Turn it off and then turn it back on. All right, so this is what you gotta do. It should have popped up already. So go back over there to where here it is. And there's a jogger. Click on the jogger. You see the little jogger? Press it. And then look, scroll down till you see something called Bluetooth. And you're gonna have to pair it.
You mean on the master volume control?
Yeah, it's a jogger. Just depress it. And then scroll down till you see something that allows you to pair it. Do you see it?
I'm walking through it.
Okay, it should be something that says Bluetooth control.
Yeah.
You try on that one, you depress it when you see that, and it'll allow you to say something for pairing.
Yeah.
You see it?
Yeah. Right here, see if you pair now because I think it was off.
Okay.
When you see the pairing, you press it.
Hold on. Control APP.
I don't know. I know when I see it, but just
Yeah, I got you.
Hold on. You put that over there. See if he.
No, I got it.
Oh, okay.
Fonzie knows what it is.
Okay.
This part he knows what to do.
Okay.
See what it's saying because it doesn't say like pairing; it just says control. David, it's gonna say pairing because this says control.
Hey, bring the camera over there.
He said bring the camera over there, what?
Alright, yes, remain, turn it down one, remain, no, on, depress it, now, depress it, no, depress it one more time. Okay, now turn, jogging, pairing, jogging to pairing.
Gigging. Oh, right there.
No, press it, now depress it.
Connected.
Connected?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, now, that iPad should be able to control the music, like,
Right.
But get the iPad right quick. Okay, go to YouTube and pick up, some music or whatever.
Oh, I got you. Just go to YouTube.
It's 803. Hit him with something.
I got you. Yeah. Ah. Fuck it up. I got you, Dave. That part I got. Let me put some on.
Just run the music.
Okay.
I'm about to get my charger for my phone.
And let George go down.
Alright, bet.
Can I put my information up on the wall?
Yeah, let me get you some music on.
Oh, yeah.
So far, just one time.
Mine.
So, we go live, right?
Yo, Harry, I'm live right now. Let me call you back, bro. No, I ain't you back. Alright. Okay. Yeah.
We'll let you go to YouTube.
Mm-mm,
Let me see,
messing
right
up.
here, let me see. It should be in the top, you just go to YouTube. Like if you, cause you're on the internet, right?
Mhm.
Let me see.
I got it.
Oh, you got it, okay, cool.
805 people.
I got you.
Alright, man, let George get in place.
Alright, George, it's all yours.
Okay, I can,
Go ahead and put yourself on the board, George.
okay.
Now you know my hand.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Swing down, sweet chariot and bend, let me ride. Swing down, sweet chariot and bend, let me ride. Swing down, sweet chariot and bend, let me ride. I want everybody to stop just. So I can't get around it. So low, you can't get under it.
say hello to everybody. My name is George Cole from Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm here tonight on behalf of Dr. David Anderson to be able to present to you guys about credit. Credit is one of the most vital subjects in America today. It's something that we can't live without, and we got to have it. No matter how cash rich you may be, credit is always essential. In this hard times out here, in this city of this negative situations of being able to be in debt, having, credit issues, so many things. But this is really the time right now that we can really take our game to the next level. It is absolutely essential that we believe that we can become who we need to be. See, the only thing that stops us from becoming who we need to be is going to be basically ourselves. As I always tell people, if there's no enemy within, the enemy outside can do you no harm. And so what we got to do is to be able to understand that we can win. I always say, if you got income, you got a job, you do W-2s, you do 1099s, you can verify employment. If a house is what you want, you can get it. See, the only thing that stops people from being able to take their game to the next level is that people believe that they can't because some bank or somebody told you that it wasn't possible, or they told you you're not prepared. You can't trust what people say. You don't know what's going on in their life. And then what people turn around and do is they make their life a part of your life. Or you don't know that there might be something that they don't like about you or something else. But we cannot take that as this is who we are and this is going to be our destiny. Our destiny is up to us. To fight the credit reporting agencies, it's not that difficult. We know exactly what to do to be able to help turn your credit situation around professionally, not like anybody else in the industry, because the work that we do, it is specified and certified to be able to fight these credit reporting agencies on your behalf and to be able to understand the algorithm that creates your FICO score. See, there's two people you can fight. One, you can fight the credit reporting agencies. Or two, you're able to basically go in and fight FICO. Who we want to do is, we don't really necessarily trying to fight the credit reporting agencies. What we're trying to do is we're trying to fight FICO. FICO is the one that creates the scores. They're the one who creates the risk factors. They're the ones who are able to tell the lenders if you're financially competent to be able to return this loan, or if you don't have that much risk. And that's what we want to do. Deleting is not the game. I know everybody talks about deleting. Well, guess what? If you delete too much, guess what you're going to end up with? No credit, zero credit. So therefore, what we believe in, because remember, we're not just fighting the credit reporting agencies, we're fighting FICO. FICO is more important. FICO is the scoring system. So what we do, instead of trying to remove a repo or remove a charge off or default to student loan or remove a bad lease, a bad line of credit, credit cards, whatever it may be, these are called trade lines. What we do is we fight to reverse these trade lines to get them to come back to show paid as agreed, never late. And that's what's going to significantly be able to change your situation and to be able to really kick in a more powerful credit score. See, think about this. Think about you're in college and you took chemistry, calculus, and biology. Those are tough courses unless you're gifted in science. They're tough. And you got to take some of this stuff to graduate from college. It's not fair, especially if you're going for criminal justice. What I need to know the science for. So, but the bottom line is you got to take it. But guess what? You got a D in it. You got a D in all three of those type of classes. And then what happens is your grade point average drop. So would you want me to go into the transcript office and delete those three classes? See, if I delete them, you're going to lose those 6 credit hours. That's 18 credit hours. Guess what? Instead of you going to your senior year, you're going back to your junior year because you don't have enough credits to accelerate you. Yeah, you did get the credits and maybe you made A's everywhere else, but if you had a 4.0, you just got 3 new D's, now you're at a 2.8. Guess what happens? You can't go to a master program because they want at least a 3.0. You're not going to be able to get, state aid because they want you to have a 3.0 or 3.2. So your GPA drop. Same thing happens in your credit score. So what we want to do is we don't want to delete it, right? What do we want to do? We want to go to the transcript office and change it to an A. That way you keep your credit, you keep your credits, and your grade point average goes up. because we didn't delete it, we changed it to an A. That's what you want. That's what's going to help to significantly raise your credit score. Nobody does this in the game. That's all everybody wants to do is delete, delete, delete. And then they want to do is come in and add fake trade lines that are not real. Do you realize that game was good 5 years ago, 4, 3, 2, 1 year ago, possibly 1 year? But now the game is no good because guess what? These underwriters are looking at the credit report. When you buy a house, they're looking at it. So if they see authorized user, authorized user, authorized user, and then some people may tell you, well, guess what? I can say you're a primary. What a primary is, it don't say authorized user. It looks like your account. But after anywhere between a week and 30 days, that account turns into a key word on that credit report. It's called terminated. So do you think those lenders who loans millions and millions and millions of dollars don't know what terminate means? That means that somebody lets you use this account, they pulled it away to give it, sell it to somebody else, so therefore the account's terminated. It might as well just have an authorized user, which is not going to help you anyway. So a lot of people got a bunch of authorized users, a bunch of terminated accounts to help build an artificial credit score. But lenders know, car dealers know. They look at this stuff now. When you apply for credit cards, they may approve you over the phone real quick or online, but the next day they're going to send you an email and say, guess what?
What?
Unfortunately, we cannot give you the card because of your credit. They may not tell you that you created a ghost account, that you created a fake situation, but what they are going to do is just tell you they can't serve you because of the body of information that's on your credit report, that it wasn't you, like Shaggy say. But see, it wasn't you, and it was really true this time. But the thing, no, yeah, it wasn't you. So the whole bottom line of it is that what we got to do is realize that we have to structure a real credit report. So therefore, if that repo is on your credit report and we get it flipped around to paid as agreed, guess whose account it is? It's yours.
That's what's up.
You really applied for it. It was a real account. Can't nobody hold that against you. It's yours forever. And that's going to be a permanent fixture on your credit report. This is what shoots your credit scores up from the 480s to the 720s to the 750s, because if you have enough negative information that can be reversed. Like there's a lot of people with student loans. I want people to get this. See, because this is a science. This is not like generic credit repair. Like the gentleman, when he brought me up, he said, "You the credit repair guy?" I said, "No, I'm the credit restoration."
That's what.
The credit reversal man.
Bring it back
We
to life.
restore, bring it back to life. That word repair is dead. It's like operating a 286 computer and you trying to run a major business. It's obsolete. It doesn't work anymore. And so what we have to do is to keep up with the times, to keep up with the money, to stay in front of the money, to help create money, to help create an opportunity for yourself. So I don't care. We're going back to the beginning. We don't care what kind of situation that you may have been going through. What we want to do is to help people to understand that you can win regardless of what your situation is. Excuse me. What's winning? Winning is getting this information turned around. Winning is showing a positive credit report. Winning is taking the opportunity and taking the risk, if that's what you want to call it, to change what's going on with your credit. You can't change it by sitting there. You can't change it by, let me say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and settle all these accounts with these collection agencies. I'm going to start back paying my auto loan. Okay, that's wonderful. Congratulations. That's what you should do. But guess what else is going on? What's going on is you still got all that negative information previously on your credit report. That's still going to keep your score down. Yes, your score will increase some, but we got to get rid of the past negatives, because the past negatives is a critical factor of who you are. If somebody sees negatives, it's a risk. Let me go back to education. You're trying to get a scholarship. So yeah, this guy runs for 1,700 yards in high school in 10 games. That means he averaged 170 yards a game. So he did that his senior year. But in his sophomore year and his junior year, he got caught stealing, he went to jail, he was caught selling drugs. See, that's a negative effect. So therefore, what's going to happen? Any of these big colleges like Duke or anybody else like that, are they going to take a chance on you? No. You're going to end up going to, what's the name of that basketball school?
Which one?
Up there in, I think it's in Washington State. They're really good. They won championships before, but they take people like that.
Okay.
Or that school in Florida for football that won a national champ or went to the national championship. I can't think of these names, but they take a lot of people, you know, that are in academic situation or a problem situation. They'll take the chance. It's your last chance. So therefore, but what happened is we need to extract that you got kicked out of school. We need to extract the charges that happen so that now you can go to the best premier situation. So this is what credit's about. Let me tell you this. Even if you had a bankruptcy on your credit report, in the bankruptcy it may say Ford Motor Credit included in your bankruptcy, Chase included in bankruptcy, Bank of America included in your bankruptcy. So you got all these different things all bunched up into your trade lines. It got included in wage garnishment if it's a Chapter 13, included in Chapter 7, and it has all your late payments, all your negative history, all this stuff tied into that one account. It looks horrible. So what we do is we go in and fight to extract the bankruptcy notation, extract the negative payments, extract the past due, leave the account to stand alone, show Ford Motor Credit, account number, paid as agreed, never late, zero balance, and keep your history. Your history is what's important. Your history is what creates your credit score. History is 15% of your score. See, think about it. FICO creates these algorithms. It's a scientific footprint. It's a scientific study of who you are. 98% of the lenders listen to FICO to give you money. So FICO looks at your behavior. So your behavior tells the whole story. It's just like, you know, when somebody calls and asks you for some money, you already know they ain't gonna pay you back. Or you already know that you're going to have to call them 5-10 times just to get a partial payment. Do you really want to go through the aggravation? Absolutely not. Or when they call you, you know they ain't really checking on you, your family, your kids, your well-being. They calling to get some money. So what do? You decline the call. And that's what they're doing with your credit. They decline it as soon as they see your name. Then every time you apply for credit, it's begging. It's just like the same dude, he calling back again, asking for money. That means that he keep making more inquiries. Then when you don't answer, he gonna call somebody else. He making another inquiry. And then everybody who knows, guess who just called me? You know, Ray just called me asking me for a lot. You know he just called me too? These are a track of inquiries. You are creating a bad reputation amongst the people that you know. It's the same effect that it looks like on your credit report every time you're applying for credit. There's no need to apply for credit at Target or at Macy's or any of these stores when they tell you we'll give you an extra 15% off. For me, I don't need an extra 15% off. You know why? Because I shop at Gilt.com, 80% off. I shop at a lot of these places, high-end places. And if I do go into the store, I'm going to the clearance rack. Because at one time, that clearance rack closed, it was out there on the main carousel. It was on the main racks out there for $300 for a shirt or for a jacket. Now it's on the clearance rack for $42. Guess what? Same clothes, same situation. So I don't need an extra 20% off, especially if you don't have the credit. What we got to do is understand retail credit, bank loans, meaning like I'm trying to get $10,000, or a personal loan, I'm trying to get $5,000. That's called unsecured credit. It's hard to get unsecured credit. You know why? Because it's not secured by anything. How easy is it to go out and get a car? Right? Easy, right? You know why?
Why?
Because it's secured. Guess what? If you don't pay, what they're going to do?
Take it.
It's not that hard to buy a house. You ain't putting that house on the back of your station wagon and driving off with it. They're going to come, get you out the house, and they got the house. It's called secured credit. So it's easier to get secured credit than unsecured. Because if you don't pay me back my $5,000, there's nothing I got. Right, it's a piece, like my man just said. So therefore, why are you applying for Target cards and these retail store cards to get an extra 15% off? What you're doing is you're showing yourself to beg again. You're begging. You're trying to get more money. You're trying to get something that you're not worthy to get. Because you know why you're not worthy? Because FICO said you're not worthy. If whatever FICO says goes, 98% of the banks and financial institutions listen to FICO. 98%. That's just about everybody. And so therefore what happens is, if you don't create this behavior, to understand how this behavior works, then we're going to be lost all the days of our life. At one time I had black hair. Now I got gray hair. And you know what that means? And one time I had hair. Thank you, my man.
Yeah,
Showing his ball.
I know, right?
So what does that mean? That means that we're going through the stages of life and we're not building up what our potential is. We're giving our talent away to these jobs, but we have bad credit. So therefore, whether you make $25 an hour, you really only make $12.50 an hour because you're paying 29% on your car or 18%. So you're giving your wealth away. You're working overtime, but you're giving that away because you got bad credit. You're giving your college education away. You know why? Because you have bad credit. Is bad credit expensive? Does it rob you from promotions? Does it rob you from getting hired? Does it create additional discrimination or whatever it may be against you? Absolutely. But who did it? Did you set yourself up? Did you have lack of knowledge? Did you do it purposely? All these things are all part of your behavior. So what we got to do is now break down who FICO is. FICO is the police. FICO tells the world who you are. FICO is called the Fair Isaac Corporation. So therefore, they police us. They police the lenders. They let them know exactly who we are. So when you have paid as agreed, that's 35% of your credit score. Big, big, big. That's why if you're at a 700 and you miss one payment, you're at a 640. You're like, how I lose 60 points? I mean, I was just 2 days late. No, you were 32 days late. Not 2 days late, but 32 days late. So you were 30 days late plus 2 more additional days. It don't matter. Once you go at the 30 days, you late. That hits your credit report, it drops. Why? Because FICO is there to protect who? The lenders, the banks, the finance institution. That's who pays them. They get plenty of money by giving this data to these lenders to eliminate their risk so that they don't lose money. FICO lose 2% a year off of to the lenders because somebody went defaulted. They know. That's why they got Capital One for people with less than perfect credit. Capital One will give you $500, $750, but they already know who they're dealing with. But you're not gonna get this from American Express with a $550. You might get it from Capital One for sure. But that's a good way to start reestablishing your credit though. But you don't want to miss a payment. So if you're reckless, if you just don't pay attention to the mail when it comes in, or there's too many people in the house and everybody grabbing mail, throwing stuff in the trash that's yours, or putting something somewhere that you don't know where it's at, that's doing you no good and your bill don't get paid. So when you do get these bills, set yourself up on automatic payment. Even if the automatic payment ain't but $15 a month, then do $15 a month. And when you get extra cash, just pay additional onto it. Send them a check, but at least you won't be late. That's what's key. You don't want to be late. Because remember, that one late payment will cripple you for the next 7 years. It'll be on your credit report.
7 years?
7 years. That
7 years?
7 years, that late payment will be on your credit report. That's no fun. You can't have no fun in the sun because you can't go nowhere. Because why? You can't rent a car because you don't have the credit to do it. And if you use your debit card, you got to put a $500 security deposit on the car. That's no fun. You ain't going to have no money to do anything with. And so therefore, that's why credit is important. Here's another key factor. Here's how they really can tell who you are, is with your credit card balances. Let me just tell you this first. They can't judge you off of the amount of money you owe on your car. Why? Because it takes 72 months to pay it off. They can't judge you on how much money you owe on your house. Why? It takes 30 years, 20 years, whatever kind of loan you created. So you can't judge me on that. I'm going to have a high balance for quite a while because it got a long-term loan. But what you can judge me on is what?
That percentage?
No, that credit card.
Oh.
You know why? Because I control that. Because when I got the credit card, what was my balance? 0. So I got a $1,000 card. A month later, what's my balance? 900. What are you doing, dude? You're blowing money that you obviously, here's what FICO thinks. Obviously, you don't have enough cash on hand to pay for these other things. Or two, you may have cash on hand, or what you could do too is you could run it up to 900, that's fine to get points. But when it comes time to pay them, you need to at least drop 850, 750, you know, the whole 900 to do what? Pay the balance back down. That shows that you can afford to live without credit cards. So now, what does FICO think of you for doing that? Good. My man, we did the same thing. Good, right? Because it shows the stability that you make money and you don't have to survive off this credit card. But if you maintaining a $900 balance, a $998, a $872, $1,000 limit, they know that you are strapped. They know that you're living outside of your means. And if you lose your job for 1 week, that card is probably going to turn into a charge-off. Therefore, your risk. So what do you want to do? Is the credit cards really need to be used for emergencies. Tire went bad, need brakes, something happened, emergency happened. You can maneuver yourself out of it. Instead of making them calls, they say, oh, I know what they want. They want money. I ain't answering, decline the call. Or you start going to payday loan, and that's something that's impossible to pay back, even at 500, even at 300, because the percentages on those things is like 1,000%. So even if they tell you to pay $50 a month, that $50 a month is just for them not to put you in the collection. None of that 50 is going towards the 300. They want the whole 300 to go towards 300, and then you still going to pay another 100 or 100, 150 on top of that. So can it ever be paid off? So why put yourself in that position when you have the credit card? That's when it's time to use it as an emergency purposes only. Or if you make enough money, you're getting points, then yes, you can maneuver it that way too to get points. Here's the kicker. Here's how you trick the credit card people. How you trick them is there's 2 dates that's very critical with a credit card. One is a billing date, and one is a cycle date.
Yep.
My man back there getting excited because he know what I'm getting ready to say.
Yep.
See, so your billing date, hypothetically, could be the 16th. So let's take this $1,000 credit card again and use it as an example. So on the 16th, you had $900 balance on a $1,000 credit card. So you paid a whole $900. Credit card, zero. Or you think it's zero. But what happens is they're not reporting it on the 16th that you paid it off. They're going to report it on the 21st, which is 5 days later. That's your cycle date. So if you turn around and paid it off on the 16th and ran that thing right back up on the 19th, then they're going to report, yes, on the 21st, they did pay on time, but here's their balance, $900. You're not going nowhere, man.
Nope.
You're not going nowhere. Your balances are worth 30% of your credit score.
Dang.
So you're showing yourself to be broke. Use the card on the 22nd, the next day. Now you got a zero balance reported, right?
Right.
And then you looking like gold, but you really ain't gold. You just smarter than the game,
Yup.
and you able to go ahead and bump it. Then if you did need some more credit, they'd be like, "Oh, this guy is perfect," or "This lady is perfect." So therefore, but you really ain't perfect. You just understand the momentum of how this thing works, and it's going to creep your credit score up constantly because you're going to show activity on your card, but you're going to show that you have the ability and the means. See, when you get credit, they want to know a few things. One, do you have the willingness to pay? Some people got the money, but they what?
Don't want that.
They ain't willing. The next thing they want to know is, do you have the ability to pay? All this shows on your credit report. It shows who you are. You got the willingness? Yes, I have the money. Willingness? Yes, I do. Do I have the ability? Yes, I do. You could be strapped, but they don't have to know it. It's all a manipulation. And so therefore what happens is that, so paid as agreed is worth 35% of your score, and 30% of your score has to do with your credit card balance. Remember, they can't judge you on your car balance. Take too long to pay off. Can't judge you on your house. Take too long to pay off. Can't judge you the balance on your student loans. Take too long to pay off. So you got all this stuff going on that cripples you from being able to take your game to the next level. So what happens is that that was a very important point for you guys to be able to understand. The ideal, I know people probably say, well, tell me what I should have my credit card balances at. You should have your credit card balances to get the full 30% of the FICO formula. You should have it at 7%, not 70, but 7% or less to zero. So therefore, if you got a $1,000 card, when they go to report, you want the balance to be $70 or under. That's what's going to help to create the best opportunity for you to be able to really build a powerful credit score. The next thing is, the reason why you don't want stuff deleted, because a lot of people in credit repair don't know what they're doing. They don't understand the algorithm of FICO. See, remember I said we're fighting two people. One, the left over here is for Equifax Changing Experience. The right, that's the power hand for some people if you write. The right is for FICO. And I put more on the right because that's where they're going to get the money. Yes, they're pulling your credit, but they want to see what? The score.
Yes, sir.
That's what they want to see, is that score. That comes from FICO. So therefore, what happens is that I've seen too many people come, they paid off a car, but they had 3 late payments over 72 months. And the credit repair guy, what the credit repair guy or gal did, guess what they did? They fought to delete it, to erase it. First of all, 72 months, let's just look at this as a test in college or high school or junior high, whatever you are. If you had 72 questions, you got 3 wrong, what you gonna get?
What's that, a B?
It looked like about a B plus, A minus, right?
Yeah.
So think about this. So you didn't pay it as agreed. That's worth 35%. So they might give you 17.5% because you only missed 3 payments.
Okay.
So you're getting something out of it. The next thing of the FICO formula is your balance. You paid it off. It's 0. What's that worth? 30%. You hear what I'm talking to you about? It's 30%. And then the other 15% is, guess what? It's history. So you had an account for 6 years. Einstein deleted it. And you would say, oh man, you got that deleted. Man, you bad. No.
You bad, all right.
You created me to not have auto credit. So now when I go get a car, they're going to tell me that I have no auto credit. Do you know that FICO creates an auto score? They create a credit card score. They have so many different scores, and then they have the whole FICO score as a whole. So people have to know what it is that they're doing for you to be able to successfully gain the highest potential to be able to get the fullest credit score. And then another 10% of your credit has to do with a mix of credit. So if you had a car loan, you had a mortgage, you had a student loan, you had credit cards, a retail card, that's a mix, that's a variety, because they want to see, do you pay everything good? See, that's worth 10% more. So by not deleting, but reversing it, which we're the only people in the country who do this, then therefore what happens is we're able to be able to perform an art for you. We're able to be able to form something that is going to help to promote your credit score. We have taken people from the 480s to the 750s. Why? Because they had 10 student loans on their credit report, got them all reversed to paid as agreed. Had 2 repos, got reversed to paid as agreed. Had 3 charge-offs, got 2 of them reversed to paid as agreed, 1 stayed. But even though it stayed, we got the past due and the balance eliminated. So it does show the negative payment history, but the responsibility of the loan is 0.
Wow.
So guess what? You know when you fly with Delta and you're getting ready to come down, they say you clear for landing. Well, if you're trying to buy a house, you'll be clear for closing. Ain't nothing sweeter when the man tell you that you're clear to close. And that's what you want to do. But you have to be able to have the courage to want to put yourself in a winning position. If you do nothing, you get nothing. And that's just plain and simple. I know there's a lot of people you can't trust out there. Folks just taking folks' money, offering promises. They can't really get deep inside of the formulas and deep inside the philosophy, deep inside of the thinking. See, in the art of war is if you're going to fight with somebody, you got to know who you're fighting. You know, my man Floyd is the only person that I almost know, Floyd Mayweather, the only person I know who don't really have to study his opponent. Because his skills was so ridiculous that he knew what God gave him. That's what it. And it might have been Muhammad Ali too, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, man. But I think he studied. He studied George Foreman. He watched him, and he knew his weaknesses, and he knocked him out in the 8th round. Yes, sir. Yeah. He was, George Foreman fighting like a robot, throwing hands, throwing shots like that. That's too slow, my friend. Yeah. So the whole thing about it is what we're trying to say here is, if you're gonna fight, you have to know your enemy. So first of all, we know who Equifax is. We know who Experian is. We know who TransUnion is. Did you know that these companies are privately owned? Did you know that they're on the stock exchange? Did you know that they're a business? Did you know that they're not part of a government? They make you think that they're a part of a government. They're no part of a government. They're a privately owned entity. So guess what? Since you know that, you think it's worth them to change credit sometime? I'm going to tell you absolutely yes. Is it worth them to delete bankruptcies and tax liens and judgments and garnishments and evictions and bad checks? Is it worth for them to do that? Absolutely it is. You know why it is? Because they sell this data to the banks. Let's put common sense together. It's worth it. It's advantageous for them to say, forget you, Discover Card. We're flipping this account to show pay this degree, and Discover will never know that this account just got flipped. Why? Because Discover's not looking at it no more. They charge it off. Bye, toodaloo. They dealing with the open accounts, opening new accounts, people paying on time, people that's in collections with them internally. They're focused on those accounts. They're not focused on something 2 years ago that was charged off. That's a bye-bye. So the whole thing about it is, so Chase Bank, how do you think they find their leads to send you stuff in the mail? They got to go to the credit reporting agencies. They got to go to FICO. See, back in the day, neither one of you gentlemen are probably old enough to remember, but back in the day, how they used to do it is, if you had a urban, you know what I'm trying to say, an urban address, they would send you stuff from cross country, Orchard Bank. These companies not even open no more. They've been bought up by Capital One. Capital One, remember Orchard? Yeah, little orange and purple cards. I mean, you're on a date and you throw out an orange or purple card, she should already know what time it is. You got about a $300 limit, so you need to slow down on them Cosmos. You know what I'm talking about? So, but anyhow.
I said order from the other side of the menu.
Yeah. So the whole thing about it is, what my whole point is to say, is that that's what they would, because they assumed that that's the kind of credit you had. That's where they sent the mailers out to. Now, if you lived on the north side or northeast side, then they would send the American Express and Discover and Chase the envelopes, pre-approved, 95% chance you're getting it. Because they assume that the people that live on that side of town are good credit. But guess what? It's not true. And they found out that people on that side of town always didn't have good credit and don't, or they may have, but their credit went bad and they can't qualify. So now you running credit reports, it's costing you money that basically you losing money. But then on the bad side of town that they feel is bad, on the south side of town, there's people over there with 800 credit scores. You know, Martin Luther King lived on the south side of Atlanta, okay? You got school principals, you had the vice president of Coca-Cola, you got the district attorney, you got principals, all on the south side. So it's not true. It's just where they decide to live. So now, since they realized that they were losing money doing this way, so what did they decide to do? They decided to go to the credit reporting agencies and get the real data instead of looking at things geographically and making false accusations and judgments. So now they can get the real data. Equifax, sell me some data that will qualify for these people. So what I'm trying to say here is today is that it is profitable for them to change reports because now they can sell data. Now, let me ask you this. What's your name one more time? Fonzie. I'm sorry, Fonzie. Okay, so basically, Fonzie, it works like this. You got an 800 credit score.
Working on it.
But say you do.
Okay.
So Discover Card keeps sending you these beautiful big envelopes, got metal, gold metal, everything, got fake credit card inside. And you haven't taken one for 5 years. Why? Because you got an 800 credit score. You already got the Black American Express. You got all the cards that you need, 2, 3 of them. You're very conservative. You don't want no more debt. So therefore, I'm wasting money sending all this information to you because you're not going to take it, right? So therefore, what's Chase going to do? They're going to be like, look, Equifax, you sending me dud stuff, dude. Nobody's taking it. I'm spending millions and millions of dollars every month, and people are not going to take it. So guess what? Again, it goes back to my fact is, take me from a 610 to a 740. Send me that envelope. Send me that envelope telling me 20 grand strong. Watch how fast I call that 800 number or go online and pop, 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 and bam, come back, congratulations, 20 grand. You'll have the success rate of selling more cars with people who's in recovery trying to come out. Why? Because it's profitable for the credit bureau. That's business. They're not the government. Who even gives them the right to report your credit? You never gave them permission to do that. When somebody pulls your credit, you got to give them permission, right? If somebody do a background investigation, you got to give them permission, right? So who gave you permission to report my information? It's gangster. It's gangster. And then you won't correct it. Then you make me live with it. Then you make all kind of mistakes and errors, and I got to go and sue you, which I don't have the money to sue you. So therefore, I live a life that's going straight downhill. And what I mean by that is, when you have bad credit, it's hard to get back on top. So yeah, you sold me a car at 17.9% interest rate. I paid $30,000 for it. But if you look at the last page of that car, the amortized amount that you end up paying for it, it'll say $57,000. Then here's the other bad piece about it, is that so I'm paying $600 for a car or $700 for a car that I should be paying $350. That's where I say you're giving back your education, you're giving back your overtime, you're giving back your promotions because you're paying so much money for the bad credit. So when your car note is $700, guess what's going to happen sometimes during the course of those 72 months?
You gonna miss one.
You're going to be late. So you're not helping your credit score. And then when that car breaks down or do whatever it does, you got to get another one. Yeah, we'll say another car, buddy. It's going to be the same interest rate. Same type of deal. And that's right. My man's over there bending over and slapping himself. And you ain't got no choice but to take it. Because you got to get them kids to school. You got to get to work. You don't have no choice. So that was 6 years you just did that. Now you're going to do another 6 years. And you'll do another 6 years after that. And then you're going to be looking like me. It's over, Rover. So you have to be, I'm sorry for not being so professional. But these guys back here in the back, they're trying to get me to get crunked up a little bit. And I was a little stiff at the beginning. So, but the whole thing about it is that you got to change your paradigm shift. You have to change your atmosphere. You have to change what you think of yourself. You have to think of yourself as a talented, worthy individual. That God has not put you here by happenstance. You are here because you are blessed, but you have to put yourself in that blessed position to be able to improve your credit. It is essential that you do this because now you can turn around and take that same car, right? Take that same car and trade it in and get you something better. Now, talking about cars, because cars is very important to a lot of people. So guess what happens? So you pay $30,000, your amortized amount is $57,000. That's only if you pay every payment on time. So if the payment's due on the 12th, that means you got to pay it on the 12th. But we ain't paying it on the 12th. We might be paying on the 29th or the 8th of the next month to not have the 30-day late. So guess what interest does, ladies and gentlemen? First of all, at that type of rate, at 14.9, you paying $700 a month, there's only $350 is going towards your principal. $350 is going towards your interest. So guess what happens now? What happens now is what you're looking at now is that if you don't pay it on that due date, that interest accumulates. So I said if you pay it on time, $350 going towards the principal, $350 going towards the interest. But if you pay it, so that $700 a month within 30 days, what is that? That's $25 a day. That's costing you to drive that car. Ain't that a shame? $25 a day. See, when we break it down and look at it, you're like, what he said? Damn. What did I say? $700 a month.
How much is Martin?
How much is Marta? Probably $2, $3. But so the thing about it is, is that you're paying $25 a day for that car. $350 going towards the principal, $350 is going towards the interest. That's if you pay it on time. Well, guess what? If you're 15 days late, then add up 25 times 15 because, or let's say half of that. Let's just say 15 because you're paying more interest. So 15 times 10 days is 150. 15 times 20 days is 300. So now out of that $700 that you paid, 350 was already going towards your interest. Now you got 300 more going towards your interest, and you only paid $50 towards your principal. That's why, but they don't tell you that. But that's why when you go to the car lot, you pay 30 grand, you think you good. You ain't checked your balances. I had the car 3 years, and the man tell you that you owe $28,900 on this car. You're like, how's that? I've been paying up for 3 years, but you've been paying excessively late. You think that was free? That wasn't free. They charge you every day that you're late. So therefore, what happens is you're super duper upside down. Not upside down, but super duper. That's why it's so important to get your credit done, because you can go to places that I know of that will refinance that car for 5%. Now you just knock down everything. And remember, if you pay late, the interest accumulates. But guess what else? If you pay early, you pay less interest. It's called accelerating the interest. Okay? Then the other point of it is, say you're upside down in your car. I'm going to tell you how to get out of it. If you're upside down in your car about $6,000, you didn't have the car, paid 30 grand, you owe 21,000. Car's worth 16. I know everybody experienced that. So you're $5,000 upside down. You know how to turn that whole game around?
Call your cousin, throw some gas on.
Put some gas.
Get somebody to take over.
Nah, I don't want nobody to take over. They're gonna be late. So what you do is like August, September, when they put cars on discount,
Right.
end of the year when they really discount them. Here's what you do: go in there and ask that you would like to buy a service car. You know, the car whenever you got 2-3 days worth of mechanic work, and they give you that brand new Toyota or that brand new Benz, or depends on where you shopped at, right?
Right.
So they give you that service car. So you drive that, so you get that service car, you're like, honey, pack the bags. We going on vacation. This is free mileage. We driving from Atlanta to Miami. They ain't charging you nothing for it. That's a part of doing business. So guess what? When that service car gets between 3,500 miles to 5,000, they can't let it go over 5,000. They got to sell it. And they sell it as a brand new car because the dealership still own it. So guess what they're going to do when you buy that car with 3,700 miles on it? It's brand new to me. They're going to take at least $5,000 off that car, at least. Then they're going to put about a $3,500 rebate on that car. That's $8,500. You was upside down $5,000. You get it?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Right. You just flipped it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Strange
But you got to
thing.
buy a new car to flip it like
Okay.
that.
Okay.
But then you bought the car right though. Then you pay a payment a little early to accelerate the interest. Pay a little less.
Teaching that game.
Yeah, right. And so therefore the next thing that you do from there is, here's another thing they'll never tell you. They say, well, buddy, the manufacturers, we're giving you the best manufacturer discount that we can. Manufacturer authorized, that's the people that built the car. So they said they're gonna give you $2,500. That's what we got on it. Then what you got to do before you go to the dealership is, you got to go directly to Ford's website or go directly to Toyota. Look for manufacturer's discount. The manufacturer's discount could be $5,000. But guess what? If they can shoot you to $2,500, the manufacturer's going to send them the difference, another $25. Don't believe them. I mean, I'm not trying to wreck nobody's game, but I'm for the consumer.
Ding dong.
Yeah, I'm for the consumer. We're with the consumer advocacy group. Okay, there's still enough money for everybody to be made. So then when they go and say, okay, there's the $2,500 discount. You get in with the finance manager. He know he got you. He can ready to try to save some seat cleaner for $2,200, and you never have to worry about a scratch. We'll replace it. You know, all that stuff, all that extra stuff. I had people try to sell me a 100,000-mile warranty when the car already came with 50. I'll buy it when I'm at 49. I don't need to buy it now. You feel what I'm saying? See, So, or I might not even have it that long. So, but guess what? If you buy it, then it's all financed in. Or the finance manager, since you got bad credit, he'll try to make you take it. You don't have to take it. And if he try to tell you, well, there's no deal unless you buy that, record all that conversation, please. And take it to Channel 2 News.
Oh, wow.
And show how they hustling and taking advantage of people because they think that they can. Read that contract. Read that final page of that amortizer. Everything's broken down. And don't be afraid to ask questions about what's this charge, what's that charge. Don't be so quick to sign and drive. Okay, because you're gonna get, because they slick with it. That's where they make their money, by doing all that stuff. So then when you go to closing on the car, you go back to the finance guy, he said, okay, we gave you $2,500 there. You got a $5,000 because it was a demo car. Man, way to go. You did a good job, buddy. And then right at the end, pull that thing out your back pocket and say, I got a $5,000 manufacturer I print off a Ford website, buddy. Call him buddy now. So now they got to take the $2,500, add $2,500 more to it, and now you got $10,000 off the car. You're no longer upside down. See, like, here's our number. Call us. We have a business, one that we could personally do your credit. I'm trying to get out the way so you guys can see it. But we could personally do your credit, and it's really inexpensive with reversing credit, doing all the things that we do. And so, and then also we have something to where we just developed to where you can own your own credit restoration, not credit repair, but credit restoration business, and be able to reverse credit just like we do. It's built into the software. The credit report comes up. The software extracts automatically all the negative information, puts it into the formula to reverse the credit or to delete bankruptcy, tax liens, judgments, garnishments, collections, medical bills. It deletes the collection. It works to delete the public record, but it works to reverse your trade lines, which you want. Reverse those. And the software calculates all the information within 11 seconds. And you just push the button submit. There's no mailing, no envelopes, no stamps, no going out to the post office, none of that stuff. It goes to the digital cloud. It is the most sophisticated credit restoration franchise opportunity that America's ever seen before, because nobody can do this in 11 seconds. I know there's other companies out there. Somebody's watching, they say, okay, I use this other company. It's called a cloud company. You know, I ain't gonna mention the rest of the name, but the thing about it is you gotta print, you gotta think, you gotta create your arguments. It takes 30 minutes if you're good to do this. This process takes 11 seconds. Then every 60 days, the credit report will be updated. All you have to do the second cycle or the third cycle, push upload credit report. It'll calculate everything that's been removed, everything that has been reversed. It'll show you what items are left over, and all you have to do is push another button called submit, and it's gone back to the cloud. 11 seconds. You're able to charge what you want to for your clientele. But here's what it does. It cleans up the credit restoration game to where nobody has to complain about what? Their credit. No one has to complain about, man, when you gonna do my work? Man, did my work go out? Man, you know, you ain't doing nothing, man. And you may not be doing nothing. Because look, I don't mind doing the first cycle, right? You know why I don't mind doing the first cycle? Because you just gave me about 5 to 10 $100 Benjamins.
Wow.
So you just gave me $1,000. So, okay, I'm gonna do one for sure. And because you gave me brand new one. And then guess what? Some of them might not even do it then. Because it's work when you got to do it manually and all this stuff. So then you send it off. You might send it off a week later. Then it take a week to get to them. Then it takes 30 to 45 to 60 days after that. Long time.
COVID.
And then what happens, and it's a COVID eliminator because you don't have to leave the house. You can do the business off a cell phone. You can process somebody off your cell phone. So with this process, so therefore what this means is, ladies and gentlemen, is that you're able now to be able to process somebody that lickety split quick. You're able to do the second cycle in 20 seconds, upload credit report, submit, gone. The software reads everything that's remaining and re-challenges everything. So I'm telling you, So anybody who's at home, wants to make extra money, wants to promote, wants to do things, this is a critical time for people to have credit restoration. You know why? You know when we had that last situation in 2007, when we had the mortgage crisis and all that stuff happen, guess who the people was who lost their homes? It was people of color.
Yeah.
It was people of color. I mean, there's other folks that lost theirs too. But the majority of it was people of color. And guess what? We weren't financially prepared with our credit worthiness to do what? To take advantage of the houses that were lost. Then people come from Asia, people come from all other parts of the country, was buying up all this property, and guess what they were doing with it? Renting it to you. And making all this money, renting it to you. But if we get prepared now, because the same thing's gonna happen again. If we get our credit right now, then we will be in position to be able to never fail again. I want to give one quick message to single moms that are working very hard, that are doing all they can to make it happen. May not be getting child support, but you got a good job. You work for AT&T, but your credit's bad. You can so easily own a house. Please get in contact with us. You can reach me directly at 404-493-1302. My name is George Cole. For people that's interested in having their own franchise, they can go to creditreversalguru.com. Creditreversalguru.com. People who want their personal information or even talk about the franchise opportunity, call me on my cell phone. We'll be ready to go. We'll be ready to rock and roll. We're going to help change this America. Oh, I'm sorry, there's questions. Okay.
Got a question from Calvin Maddox. What about an account the creditor closed because you paid in full every month and never carried a balance and was never late?
Well, they closed it because of lack of activity. That's what it was. You wasn't using it, Calvin. Them folks say, I'm going to get this $2,000 to somebody else who's going to use it. I ain't making no money with you, you see? So it's a great question, Calvin. Because when you have a credit card, yeah, I don't believe in running them up. But you have to at least go to Subway once every 3 months. Show a little activity.
Sure.
Because if you don't show no activity, they're going to close it. And when they close it, it's going to drop your credit score. Why? Because you just lost an account.
Yeah.
You lost length of history.
Yeah.
You know, and it's going to hurt you. Then for people who like, I'm tired of this credit card. I'm tired of them doing this. I'm tired of them doing that to me. Just close it. Prepare for your credit score to drop about 40, 45 points. Just deal with them until you can do better. And even though some people be like, well, I started off with this First Premier card. I started off with this card. Now my credit score is 680. But those cards you had for 2 years.
Yeah.
So now Chase gave you a card for 4,400, 4,500. Now you think you're good. So you close the other 2 cards. Those other 2 cards is what got you there. So if you close them, you just ruined your history. Okay, think about it. So you've been in a relationship for 4 years, and then you just meet somebody within 30 days, you let everybody go. You can't do that. You have this history. You need to maintain that history. So because that's where your root comes from, that's where your credit, your history, and everything else come from.
What if, this is Jeremy Fountain, what if you paid off all your debt and it's still showing on your report?
Right. Good question, Jeremy. I mean, well, if you paid off good debt and it's showing on your credit report, that's good. So I'm sure he's referring to like collections and bad debt. So yes. So what it'll show is that it's been settled. Your debt has been settled. Don't pay him everything. It's been settled, and it'll show that on your credit report. It'll show zero balance. It'll show that it's been settled. But all the negative history, everything that he had to go through to get you to finally pay them something, all that history is going to be on your credit report. That's why you have to go through the credit restoration too. You have to do both.
Calvin got another question. He says, can you reinstate that trade line? Calvin.
Okay, what trade? Oh, somebody deleted a.
Well, Calvin, the one that said he deleted the one in the account.
When you answer this question.
That was Calvin Jones' question. He said.
Okay, but what kind of account? If it's a collection, you don't want to
What did he say?
reinstate it. If it was like an auto loan, and it wasn't too bad, then you can call. Okay, say like the same example. You had the auto for 72 months. You paid it off. You had 3 late payments. I'd rather have that on there than not have it.
Yeah.
So therefore, just call Ford Motor Credit and say, hey, look, for some reason, I done paid you guys, but the account's not showing. Can you reinsert this account? And then let us go through the credit restoration to get the late payments gone.
I got one.
Yes, sir.
Get this car off my doggone credit. It won't go away.
Oh,
And
man.
I didn't paid and did, yeah, man.
But see, that's, again, what we don't want to do. We don't want to get it off. We want to reverse it.
Okay.
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
So, because I got a son and he's gonna be, I'm trying to get him established.
Right.
So
That's a good
somebody
point.
first time establishing credit, what would you recommend? Like
man.
secure credit, from the bank or?
Yeah, man. Man, that was beautiful, man. Because I'm all into this family stuff. Helping this next generation to be
Yeah.
ahead of the game and not
Yeah,
try to
facts.
chase the game.
Yeah.
So like for me, as old as I am, I got two young ones. One about to turn 3 and one 7. Whew.
Woo! That's why your beard white.
So the whole thing about it is that we already started beginning to establish stuff for them.
Yeah.
But say if these kids were 14,
Yeah.
then what I want to do then is I want to start linking them on as an authorized user. See, then an authorized user it makes sense because you're only 14. You get an authorized user at 44. Yeah, it's some foul stuff going on. You see what I'm saying? So therefore, I put them on a couple of my credit cards. Okay. Then I go when they turn 16. I go and get them their own card. If I don't feel they're fully responsible, they're not going to know they own the card. I'm going to have it. I'm going to go to Subway every 3 months to keep it active. I'm going to pay it. I'm going to be establishing them credit. And then here's the key thing is, say then when the time they turn 18 years old, guess what their credit score is? Like 720, 740, something like that. And they don't even know it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Good.
So now all of a sudden, I mean like, Raj, you're going to college, right? Nah, Dad. You're going to trade school, right? Nah, Dad. You're going to the military, right?
Nah, Dad.
Nah, Dad. What you going to do? I'm going to just get me a job. Maybe I'll go to Costco. That's the best company to go work for. You young, go to Costco's. So the whole bottom line is I'm going to Costco. Okay, that's cool. So now my son go to Costco's. Son, talk to me about your finances. This time, well, we already done sat down and talked about it. Do you know by the time he turned 18, he started at Costco. By the time he's 19 years old, he'll have a house. You know why? Just like this question this young man said. How do I prepare my child for success?
Right.
So now all of a sudden, he got a house at 19. Costco, they start you off at $12 an hour. In 6 months, you're making 15. In 1 year, you're making 18, whether you're making pizzas, sweeping the floor, or opening up boxes. If you didn't know, as Biggie Smalls say, now you know. So,
Baby.
but that's crazy. In 5 years, you make $25 an hour at Costco. Game over, checkmate.
Man.
Overtime, benefits, stock options, everything. Game over. Pay for your college. It's the best job you could ever have in history. It's cold-blooded. So, he decided not to go to college. Sometimes when kids go to college, get their 4-year degree, they graduate with a 3.6 average, but they also graduate with a 485 credit score.
Yeah.
Because they messed themselves up.
Yeah.
This cat didn't go, but he maneuvered himself correctly. Who better for it? Who better in the long run? It's not how much you make. It's what you do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's how you leverage and maneuver your money. So now he got a house, bought a rehab, fixed it up. All his boys come, fixed it all up. Bought a house for $135,000. It was worth $200,000. Got it fixed up, and get a 20-year loan. Don't get a 30-year loan. Get a 20-year loan. 20-year loan with the interest rates the way it's going today, his payment would be like $850. Then you accelerate that interest. The payments due, March 1st, pay it February the 15th. Split your payment. Pay half then, pay half. Because you could only charge me for interest that I used. If I didn't use your interest, you can't charge me.
Wow.
That money goes towards the principal, pays it off faster. Then pay him a little bit more. So by the time he's 19, bought the house paid off at 29. The house now is worth $450. Do you know with a 750 credit score and you have assets of $450, you can borrow 10 times that amount? That's $4,500,000. Get your hustle on. But it all is due to credit. You can start building your business credit off of your personal credit, because that's going to be your guarantor.
Yes, sir.
And you start establishing yourself. So this game is not hard. So in order to win, you got to think like a winner. You got to get out your own way. There's no enemy. If there's no enemy within, the enemy outside can do you no harm. No matter what we think about racism or whatever else we think. If you live in places like Mississippi and you go to Mississippi Bank and Trust and Miss Addie over there tell you, you can't get a house. Why? Oh yeah, Gulfport.
Yes, sir.
You can't get a house because she know you written Mr. Dave's house. And you still got to put more of Mr. Dave's kids through college. Why? Because you paying for all that stuff. And so just because somebody told you what you can't do, call me, we'll show you how to do it. Because all you got to do is go to a national mortgage company like Bank of America or Wells Fargo or, call somebody in Atlanta. They'll do your loan. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But you may not get that loan in that small town. Or I've seen people in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I've seen people in Greenville, Mississippi. Greenville, South Carolina. Had 760 credit score. The bank, Wells Fargo, whoever the bank was, wouldn't give him no more than $5,000. I told him, come on down here to Atlanta. And guess what they gave him?
20.
$100,000 on the same credit score. Why? Because when you go into these small towns and you talking about you want to open up a car lot, shoot, they cousin Billy on the car lot. I'm not gonna have you compete against Billy. You got to go outside of town to go get what you want if it's that situation. So listen, call us. Let us help you to get the financial freedom that you deserve for yourself, for your children, for your generation. Let's change the curse. Let's change the legacy. Let's create a new standard of life because this is the time for people to be able to vendor score or Vantage score.
That's not what they meant.
Vantage score, right. So a Vantage score is not really that reputable. They use FICO. And usually the Vantage score is about 100 points higher than FICO. And so, again, just call me and we can talk about this and we can get this show underneath the rug, okay? I want to thank everybody again. My name is George Cole. Reach me directly is 404-493-1302. For people that's interested in having their own business franchise, it's creditreversalguru.com. Look forward to seeing you, talking to you. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. Thank you to Dr. Dave Anderson.
Yeah.
I'm good? I can go?
Let it go. Scratch game. Face shots to the face, don't trip on your legs. Marv. Burn away all carbon beam, knock your legs off. Try to get away from me. Had to stand off. Hit him in the spot. Knock your dreads off. My what is it called a body? I didn't name no random mouse. Ducking in my root box. Riding with a G-Shock. I heard he shot. Truck will make a big box. He made that shot turn. Wore the spot of pepper car. Had on my skin. Truck will make a big box. In Miami with my motherfucking heat. She got her feet out. I walked in the party. I'm on my big full shit. Ready to get it started. Bitch, I got no sense. Oh, hit the plug. Ride around with folk. Call me cold. 24. Can't fuck with her no more. That little bitch, she do the most. I get the groove on every time I see the folks. I got that on the door. I'm thinking that's something you need to know. I'm smooth and I'm cold. Skinny jeans on with a big bang roll. She paying my songs, I gotta take it off the thong. I'm trying to get it on, she feeling all over my pretty bone. 2 rights don't make it wrong, it just go on and on. I'm kicking shit like Jackie Chan till they got my kicks on. I aim, I hit my target, I'ma up this bitch with waters. Burn away all carbon beam, knock your legs off. Try to get away from me, had to stand off. Hit him in the spot, knock your dreads off. My what is it called a body? I didn't name no random mouse. Ducking in my root box. Truck will make a big box. He made that shot turn. Wore the spot of pepper car. Had on my skin. Truck will make a big box.
I'm stuck up with the drill, one in the head already deep caught. I pop out when the beef, I won't see me creeping on your block. I worked the back seat, we went 3 deep and got 10 people shot. I hit the auto switch and made it twerk, ain't why me dump the Glock. Got the drop on all his spot, he get robbed if you go or not. I know the taste, a little walk, he pull up in his Audi top. They boots the head up, tried to pull a move and that shit got him dropped. Brr, 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 you prison, know what's up, turn a nigga to a them down and roll them up. Ain't shit trying to put the whip, now it's a road truck when I'm pulling. And I still ain't checked the
What up?
on my car.
Love Wednesday. Hey. Hey, Fonzie.
What up? Hey, you doing it?
I ain't got no shit.
You ain't got no sense.
Challenge. Okay. Fat shouts to the homie George Cole. Appreciate it. What's the lighting situation? Is it strong? Is it crazy? Hopefully it's light. Hopefully you can see me.
Translucent, bro.
The challenge. The challenge. Here's the challenge. Everybody got challenges going on, right? Everybody got challenges. We're going to do a 180-day challenge. 180-day challenge. Putting it on the board. All right? This is for real entrepreneurs only. This ain't for looky-loos. This ain't for people trying to figure it out. This ain't for people that's like, oh, Dr. Anderson, I've been following you for 8 months, and I'm gonna just watch and see how Wealth Wednesday go. This ain't for you. This is for the people that know they hate their job. Something's moving around the internet, and it was a sister. I don't know if y'all saw this or not. She's a home health aide, okay? And she's taking care of an elderly white woman, and the elderly white woman is racist as hell. The elderly white woman is so racist that before she spit on her, she collected her spit in her mouth. The elderly white woman in her 90s, don't got no teeth for sis, but she collected her spit. She did one of these. Got the spit, collected it, right? Because she was probably dehydrated because she had Alzheimer's. Number one cause for Alzheimer's, dehydration. Better drink your alkaline water. The home health aide, who happened to be black, was in the kitchen washing dishes for the Alzheimer's white old lady patient who didn't have no teeth in her mouth. She put together a spitball and put a Luger right on her face. The black lady looked at her. She looked at the camera, her body language, because I'm a body language expert. 90% of communication is nonverbal. Body language said B-I-T-C-H, but at the same time, she was clear not to upset Massa, because that's where her check was coming from. So white lady puts the Luger together. Again, she's going at it. Whew. Another Luger. This one hits her all across the face. I mean, in the head, on the face, on the neck, shirt. It's a Luger. She got caught out there, okay? Now, she's looking at the camera. Her eyes are starting to tear up. She's starting to question her life. Y'all ever been in a situation where you're like, damn, what am I doing with my life, right? Sometimes you might be a janitor, you might be in a janitorial situation. I know sometimes when I'm in houses and I gotta clean out houses and the house is crazy, you know what I'm saying? I start rethinking my life. I'm like, damn, what am I doing with my life, right? One time we went in the house, there was a dead body in there. I was like, damn, what am I doing with my life, right? But then I gotta think about the equity. There's 100 G's worth of equity in here. Okay, call the coroner, okay? But this lady was in a job situation. She couldn't use the equity to her advantage. She couldn't lean on, oh, okay, I got 100,000 in equity. I'll get over this dead body. I can give Dr. Joyce some money and talk to her 3 or 4 times. I'll get over it, okay? She wasn't in this situation. She had to come back to this situation. So she was trying to figure out a political way to not degrade herself. She was trying to figure out a way that she could kind of uplift herself, a way that she could kind of tell herself it's okay. It's okay to get spit on. It's okay. You, girl, don't respond back to Massa, because if you do, Massa might not cut your check. Class, what type of mentality is that? What type of mentality teaches us to shelter in place at businesses where the owners of the business or the proprietors of the business or the managers of the business or the VPs of the business or whoever the supervisor is of the business is taking advantage fully of you? What philosophy has told black people to stay on those jobs. Who's telling us this? It ain't because of the kids. Oh, I need this job because of my kids. It ain't that. You don't need no job because of your kids. I mean, I'm a father. I got kids in college. I got young kids. I get it. But you don't have to subset yourself to that level of ignorance. Who does that? Who subsets themselves to that level of intense hatred, intense anger, intense racism? The post-traumatic stress that the sister is receiving is innate. It's ingrained. It's ingrained to the extent that she stays. And what's even more sad is that it's a choice. She's choosing, listen to me, class, she is choosing to trade her time for dollars. $10 an hour, $15 an hour, $20 an hour, $25 an hour for the white lady to spit on her face. Hey, listen, there's no amount of money that you could pay me to allow for a white person, or any person if that, to spit in my face. That's just not happening. $100 million is not enough. 500 million is not enough. I'm not gonna have it. Like, I don't even let people talk to me crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you start owning property, right? You start getting, like, property have more rights than black people. Okay? Like, the properties that we own have more rights than I do as a black man in America. All right? And so when you start collecting these properties like it's real life monopoly, your whole MO starts to change. It's like, hey, I own property. You don't talk to me like this. Okay? And then you start carrying yourself like this. Your whole team watches you respond to authorities that happen to be white or law enforcement like this, and they take this on. They take this behavior on because they're affiliated and or they have ties to the portfolio that owns land. And so now you're going to tell me that it's okay to allow for any other human being, but more specifically, a racist old white woman to spit on your face, not once, not twice, but 3 times? And then you justify this behavior? Because, oh, I can't leave, oh, I can't respond, oh, I can't do nothing because I got kids. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. We got to issue a challenge. 180-day challenge. 180. Listen, it'll change your life. 180-day challenge. Whoop. Challenge. Right? Remember that episode on the Sandman? 180-day challenge. It's just like the kids doing this. What is this shit? What is this?
June, something.
The June bug?
Something.
Crazy. It's a challenge. 180-day challenge. 180-day challenge. The kids is making up these dances. They doing challenges. They issuing challenges online. Everybody learning these dances. Gotta stay cool. Gotta stay noble. Hey, clean them dishes right now. Oh, Dad, okay, I'll clean the dishes. Dad, do the June bug. 180-day challenge. We can do these challenges, right? But we can't challenge ourselves economically or financially. And we can't hold each other. Listen, 180 days is 6 months, people. And quite frankly, shouldn't nobody be running out here without a plan? 6 months. Change your life. In 6 months, that sister can learn a new skill set, learn a new trade. She could become a real estate investor. She could become a real estate agent. She could sell property on behalf of other people that own property. She could change the trajectory of her life. And so tonight's show is about identifying, right, what the weaknesses are in your chain. All right? What is the weakness? What is the link that's weak? Because that weak link is going to cost you some gaps, some educational gaps that you might have. Those gaps need to be filled. It's not okay to just say, oh, I didn't go to college. Listen, I didn't finish Morris Brown College. People are like, damn, you're a doctor, David. My doctorate is honorary. My doctorate comes because I can put up tax returns over $1 million for the past almost 10 years. I haven't had a W-2 job since I worked at UPS, which is 1999. So from 1999, it's damn 2021. I haven't had a W-2 unless it's from a company that I own. So I've been able to speak at colleges, speak at universities, be in movies, be on the radio, give incredible advice, write books. And because of all these businesses that I've put together and these incredible adventures in entrepreneurship that I've been affiliated with, an institution decided to calculate that time, right, and quantify my experience and say, hey, wait a minute, this guy's putting up tax returns from 2007, even though I didn't get a W-2 from 99 to 2007, I was trying to figure it out during that time. From 2007 current, I've been able to put up tax returns for over $1 million. $1 million consistently every year for over 10, almost 15 years. That's unprecedented. So when the school goes to quantify that, they're like, well, hell, wait a minute. This individual right here has experience. So I learned something, right? You can go to school and get an earned doctorate, right? Or you can get an honorary doctorate, which is quantified on your experience. So don't come to me with, oh, I didn't have the opportunities that you have, Dr. Anderson, in education. Dude, if you want to go pound for pound, I've kind of been self-educated with real life experience for the past 10, 15 years. And you have as well. You can't sit here and tell me that somebody is a damn CNA and they don't have life experience in some other aspect of what it is that they do. You can't quantify that. You can't turn or monetize that skill set into something else. Like, okay, I get it. You can wash dishes, but you don't have to sit there and take somebody spitting in your face. That's unheard of. And now it's flying around the internet and people are like, oh, I'm going to punch her in the face. Oh, I would do this. I would do this. I would do that. Oh, everybody's I would, all these opinions. The issue is having a skill set to retool. 180-day challenge. 180, man. 180-day challenge. We're issuing the challenge. If you're sick, fed up with your situation, if you want some, yo, I hate my job, I hate my boss, I hate coming to work. Les Brown says more people die on a Monday morning because they hate going to work. Who lives like that? Who wakes up in the morning going to a job that they hate? I know how I feel when I'm in a Home Depot or I'm in a pre-COVID Macy's or something like that, trying to get some items for the house or whatever. And then you get these people that are on the other side of the cash register. Can I help you? I won't even call out Macy's. I will call out the lady at the post office. The lady at the post office. This lady don't like nobody. And don't be a black man. Don't be a black man coming in there trying to open up a P.O. box for your business. Don't do it. And she's at the Civic Center in Atlanta. She's a short, got a little weight. I'm not knocking my sisters carrying a little weight. If you got a little bit of weight, it's more pushing for the cushion. It's all good. It's Atlanta. But this lady, she don't got no man. Everybody that go to her know she angry for no apparent reason. Got a short afro. I can't remember her name right now, but she is at the Civic Center branch in Atlanta. Worst postmaster ever. The worst. And the issue is, you know why? It's not because she don't have no man. She don't have no man. Her man probably left her because she got such a bad attitude. But that's not the issue. She don't like her job. She hates coming to work. Despises coming to work. But why do you keep coming to work if you hate coming to work? Who does that? So I go in there because I get a lot of mail. I get all kind of mail. We get mail. We don't even get the mail from the business. Don't even come to the business. I send it to the post office just to mess with her. She says, you got too many businesses. Why don't you just get a job or pick one business? Why you got too many businesses? So we have over 217 partners right now. Half of them are active, the other half are inactive, but we still have to receive notification as registered agents, and there's all kind of title work. All this stuff's going on, right? So it comes to the P.O. box, right? Because it's too important. We don't come into the business, somebody forgets it. Oh, hey, here's the title. I needed this 4 weeks ago. Oh, sorry, it was on your desk. None of that. We go to the P.O. box, we get it. This lady hates for one other business in your name. So you get one name and you get one business in her mind. One name, one business in her mind. You can only have one name on the box, and you can only get one business coming to the box. You can't do anything else. So my black behind, I'm gonna have as many businesses as I want. If I got the Cucamonga Cracker Killers LLC, Cucamonga Cracker Killers LLC, it's coming to the box. If I got These Nuts LLC, These Hemp Nuts LLC, that's coming to the box. If I got Yo Mama LLC, or You Owe Me Some Money LLC, or Yeah, I Got That House From You White Man LLC, or I Bought It For $1 LLC, it's all coming to that box. So this lady goes crazy. She's like, oh, for a whole 2 years, she fought me on this issue. Dr. Anderson, you gotta pick one business. She had the nerve to tell me I had to pick one business. I gotta pick one business. Holding up mail, holding up title work. Can't even close because the lady got the daggone titles. So this is what I did. I called her superior. She didn't know I know people. I know people. Don't play with me. Sprint, got my phone, it lost. I had to load up contacts, 12,000 contacts. They was like, who has 12,000 contacts? Who's in your phone? They looking through the phone. Jay-Z, Nas, whoa, this is crazy. Who are you? Blah, blah, blah. Don't worry about it. We know people. So I called her boss, DC Postmaster. Made some calls, was like, hey, I got a problem. This lady over here, yeah, the short lady with the afro. Bad attitude, don't got no man, yeah, you know what I'm talking about? That lady. She told me I could only have one business. Really? Oh, Dr. Anderson, who in their right mind would tell you you can only have one business? I know, isn't that crazy? We're gonna get to the bottom of this, we're gonna straighten this all out. Long story short, she has an extra attitude with me because I compromised her and told her, hey, if my mail don't come up right, you're gonna get an early retirement. Keep messing with me, lady, you're not gonna get no pension. And you keep messing with me, I'm gonna put your name and where you live and all your personal information on the internet because I own the domain to your name. Cold-blooded. I know, that's wrong. Oh, Dr. Anderson, that's wrong. That's just wrong, Doc. Why you do that to that lady? I'm saying all this to say, this lady hates her job. And I know she hates her job, and I think she's mad at me, because we getting money! We getting so much money, I gotta do the dance that the kids be doing. I don't even know how the dance go, but it's the dance they do when they be getting money. So I be doing this dance when I be coming to get my mail. Hey, I ain't got no sense. She don't like me. But it's cool. You know why? Because she chooses, listen to me, class, she has chosen. You have chosen. Life is about choices. Don't hit me with that, oh, well, Dr. Anderson, she ain't had no education stuff. You can listen to me, class, watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this. You can self-educate. You can learn. Oh my God, big word, learn. You can learn. Huh? You can get knowledge. We got knowledge for sale. Knowledge. I got that knowledge, man. I got that knowledge, Dr. Anderson. I got that knowledge. You got that knowledge over here, knowledge over here. We got that knowledge. We got information. You can go to Google. You can learn about what you want to do. Google, I hate my job. I hate my job. I don't want to be here. What can I do? So in my mind, if you're on the job, right, and you hate your job, I'm not talking about people who work 9 to 5. I'm not knocking you. That's what you do. You like doing it. Cool. Okay? I tried it. It didn't work for me. But if you like going to your job, cool. I'm talking about people who don't like being at their job, but they come every day halfway because they, in their mind, think they need the money. That's who I'm coming for today. I'm coming for you. You know why? Get this. Watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this. You're stealing from the business. That's right, I said it. On Wealth Wednesday, I said it. You're stealing from the business. Because you're coming to work with a piss-poor attitude, giving piss-poor customer service. You're messing up the line. You're creating bad image for the business that you're working on behalf of. And you're only there to get a check. And you're doing the minimum that's required of you per your SOP. You suck. You suck. Now, if you're that mad that you don't want to be here, right, then what do? challenge, 180-day plan. Then they say Kanye West had a workout plan, and all these women was getting on the workout plan. Oh, I'm on the Kanye plan. Oh, I'm on the Kanye plan. 180-day challenge, financial challenge for you to change your economic scenario. It's up to you. You have the ability to change this. You don't have to stay. You don't have to stay in this situation. Listen, I'm not a woman, but if I was a woman, I would be like, I love Uber. Because if y'all out there, y'all dating, y'all checking out the scene, and you step up on somebody talking about, hey, baby, you know, sometimes women in Atlanta, they just go out just to go out because they being asked to go out to some fancy restaurant. They show up. Right? Hey, if it don't go right, you could call Uber. You could hop in the Uber. You could press the button. Excuse me, pat on my nose. Boom, zoom, gone, bye, see you, thanks for playing. You don't have to sit here and take this. You don't have to do this to yourself, but people do this to themselves every day. Why? Because you don't know what you don't know. Oh, well, Dr. Anderson, if I would have known about self-directed IRA, I would have invested in it. Okay, well, now you know. Ain't that what they said? G.I. Joe, and knowing it's half the battle. G.I. Joe, now you know. Then Biggie said that, now you know. You know. Now you know. There's so much money out here. It's unbelievable. We spent the day in Augusta, 5:30 in the morning, right? Been on the road, was in Augusta. The people in Augusta laid it out, man. The Land Bank Authority, the freaking tax commissioner's office. Rayford Kelly is the freaking mayor of Augusta. His partner is the quintessential homie, right? If it was like a Busta Rhymes and Spliff song. I mean, it's crazy. The opportunities in Augusta are nuts. And Land Bank Authority has all kind of funding available for you to be able to do anything as it relates to real estate development. So don't sit here and tell me, oh, well, Dr. Anderson, I don't got the access to capital you got. Hey, man, I had to figure this out. Right? I had to go out here, I had to speak, get on the radio, make movies, get out here and do all kind of stuff to promote a message, a narrative, build trust, create 5 years of past performance in a prospectus. We got a track record. I've been cataloging what it is that we do. So when I speak to people, it ain't like I'm just out here talking crap. Hey man, I did that transaction, right? And that transaction went back in my Roth IRA tax-free. And when people see that, it's like, oh, okay, well maybe there's something to this, right? You hop on a bus and you got people on a bus and you showing them $5 million worth of property, the situation changes. They know, okay, you real. So listen, what I'm saying is you could do the same thing too. The lady at the post office can invest too. Because whatever she got in her GSA, government services account, for her retirement or her TSP or her 401B or whatever the 457B or whatever the hell it is, the government program that she got. Listen, it ain't nothing but, it might be 150 racks in there. It might be. Oh, she was on, well, I was on a job for 30 years, Dr. Anderson. I don't appreciate you talking about me on the Wealth Wednesday. I'm talking about you on Wealth Wednesday. And when I get on the radio on D103, I'm going to talk about you. And when I get on back on AOK, I'm going to talk about you. When my show gets syndicated on Sirius XM, I'm still talking about you. Because you choose, right, to shelter in place on something that you don't like. If you don't like it, you know you're not supposed to be there. Don't stay there collecting a check, because that's what you're doing. Stealing, right? You collecting a check. I'm collecting a check. I showed up. You giving piss poor service. You ain't giving 100%. If you come to the job and you ain't giving 100%, you're stealing. You're supposed to come to work, give a freaking 100%. If you can't give 100%, don't come to work. That's what they tell you. If you're sick and you're not feeling 100%, what does the boss say? Stay home. That's what he says. Why? Because he doesn't want you on the job site. You don't want to be there. You on the phone boning in the middle of the day, not paying attention, and heavy stuff is falling apart, and it falls on your head. You die. Now it's a claim. Don't come to work if you're not in it, man. Either you in or you out. You in and you out. It's just like women was like, yo, women in Atlanta, if they over 35 years old, you got to commit. Put a ring on it. Beyonce. Don't come to the set. Don't do it. Don't show up. Stay home. Can't do that. Too much like right. You got to come on the job. Do nothing. On Facebook. Collecting a check. Who fucking does that, man? Negroes do that. Indians do that. I've seen Chinese people. I wasn't even expecting Asians to do that. Asians do that too. Konnichiwa, kimchi. Yo, can I get some service? Then they want to talk about you in their own language, and they don't think that your black behind can speak their language. Fonzie speaks German. I speak a little bit of Japanese. I'm sure my cousin, when he gets his passport, is going to learn some other languages. Negroes is not myopic. We know what you're talking about. I hear you. I can't really interpret what you're saying, but when you say that stuff again, I'm going to have Google translate it for me so I can punch you in your face. If you don't want to be there, leave. Don't steal the money. You're collecting a check. That's what you're doing. It's not honorable. There's no honor in that. There's no honor in collecting a check on a job that you hate. That's dishonorable.
Give me my P.O. box.
So, I say all this to say, we need a plan. Well, what's the plan, Dr. Anderson? I hear you talking. I hear you going off. What's the plan? Yo, Dr. Anderson, I need to have a plan. What's the 180-day challenge plan? Here it comes. I see it, Fonzie's coming. Come on, Doc. Come on, Doc. Give me a plan, Doc. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Just hit it right here, baby. Just give me some information, Doc. Just right in that vein right there, Doc. Come on, Doc. Come on, baby. Here it comes. Watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this. That's the new stuff, right? Gotta get a t-shirt and say, watch this, watch this, watch this.
Black Blue Magic.
Hey, think. This is from Ja War. I've stolen this from Ja War. I didn't make this up, but I'm enhancing, I'm building on this. But so Ja War gets credit for this, and maybe a little bit of George Fraser. I'll just sprinkle some George Fraser on this. Think. We gotta think. We've lost the art of thinking. And then, after you think, class, what do you gotta do?
Plan.
Oh, plan.
That's it.
Dr. Anderson, I know you don't got a lot of time, Doc. I know you're busy doing deals, Doc. But can you tell me how to put together a plan so that I can make money? I don't want to think about it, Doc. I don't want to use my brain. I don't want to read a book. I just want you to tell me. In fact, Doc, I want you to do it for me. Think. Plan. What's the third thing, class?
Execute.
Execute! Woo! Execute!
Get them.
Think, plan, execute. It's that simple. Think, plan, execute. 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 Like, it's that simple. It's that simple, man. 180-day challenge. Think, plan, execute. Like, what's going on with us? We want money. We want to have the abundant life. We want to do all these things, but we don't want to think, plan, or execute. We just want press the button, microwave, boop, 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 money, please, $1 million. That's what we want. Don't nobody want to think about a strategy to come up with some money? Like, come on. What's up with that? So I say all this to say, because of this, because we're in a 180-day challenge right now, I've challenged myself, right? I've challenged myself. Like, I had to take some inventory. We came back from New York. My mom's got a real situation going on. It ain't even a joke. It wasn't a joke before, but it really ain't a joke right now, all right? So I gotta make some moves. In addition to that, check this out. Two family members passed away from the time that I went to see my mom for her 80th birthday and got back. 2 people cut out. One, my uncle, 97 years old, full life, he cut out on my birthday. Then one of my cousins cuts out, sleep apnea. No COVID, no heart, sleep apnea. Can you believe this? I'm like, yo, sleep apnea? Who dies from sleep apnea? Apparently, if you don't have a CPAP machine, you stop breathing. I'm like, oh snap, this is serious. So she cuts out, she got a kid 10 years old. Watch this. For my mom's 80th birthday, we couldn't go and all be with her, right? Because it's COVID, she's older. So then nobody wanted, precautions, all this stuff. So we organized a Zoom. And on the Zoom, apparently, my family gets to see, how my life is actually operating, okay? And at the time, I was on the opportunity bus. I used the opportunity bus for personal business, and I went home to go make sure my mom was cool with the Zoom thing, make sure the Zoom was operating correctly because technology is an issue. She's a Luddite. Cool. Didn't want the Zoom not to work for this. It had to work. So I was like, yo, let me just get close. So while all of this is occurring, my son hops on the call. He hops on the call from Reno, Nevada. He works for Elon Musk, translating, speaking a few different languages. He's with his girlfriend. My family's on the phone, the kids, all this stuff, blah, 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 blah. So my aunt is like, this dude. So I get these calls after the Zoom, right? It's 36 people on the Zoom, all family members. I start getting phone calls. Hey, cuz, we got to stay in contact. No problem. Cool, cool, cool. Hey, cuz, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Hey, blah, blah, blah. Cool, 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 cool. Here come my auntie. My mom's sister calling. She steps in place for my cousin. Little boy don't have no mama. The daddy in jail. And she hits me with this. Check this out. Now, you know, I had to step in because, you know, she done passed on and he don't got nobody else. I already know where you're going with this. Raising a young black boy in New York City, it's going to be difficult. So when I call, I'm going to need you to assist. So now we got to deal with college. We got to deal with, you know, all this other extra stuff. Wasn't planned for it. No problem. I'm not tripping on it. No problem. Okay? But now, right, we got to do extra deals. We got to create a foundation. Because apparently, young black boys and mamas like to be sending their kids over here as if, you know, I'm the magician that can wave the wand and make them put pants on and be successful in business. I don't get it. I do get it, but I don't get it. But at the same time, it's all cool. I get it. It's a responsibility that's coming. So I say all this to say, in addition to what my mom got going on, right? I got to do deals to be able to put that situation in place. I got to do other deals to put other situations in place because of this energy that's coming off of my body. This energy of, damn, this dude is moving like that. That's crazy. Well, maybe he can help here, okay? So I say this to say that I don't know y'all situations. You know, I don't know if y'all are the person in the family that people call when there's issues. You know what I'm talking about, right? When you got to bury somebody and the insurance policy is, you can't, you know, I know there's insurance, but I can't find a policy. I know I was paying the man and giving him the money, but something happened to my bank account. You know, the way my accounts are set up, I don't know where the policy is. So I say all this to say it's cool. Whatever the issue is, it's cool. It don't even matter, right? You gotta be in a position, if they calling you, they calling because they believe you the person that can solve the problem. You that person. And I believe that everybody on the end of this transmission on Wealth Wednesday is that person. So you can't sit here and tell me that you don't need a 180-day challenge. Everybody, as far as I'm concerned, need a 180-day challenge. And it don't need to be for nothing stupid. It need to be for the real number. Whatever that number is, I sat down, I had a conversation with self. I talked to myself. I said, yo, self, this is the year. This is the year to do it. We got the real estate Super Bowl happening right now. Super Bowl going down in 3 weeks. All this stuff that's been going on, February, January. That's the pregame. It was the scrimmage and the pregame. We just getting ready, getting strategies ready. We was testing everything. I was sitting on the Wealth Wednesday talking to y'all for the last 12 months about what's going on. Now it's here. Think. We've been thinking. For a whole year we've been thinking. Doing research, spending money, $250 grand annually on research, on information. To be clear. Plan. That's what's happening right now. We got a plan. Why? Because in 3 weeks from yesterday, exactly, the biggest game in real estate goes down. We got to be on the front line. We got to be on the front line. We got to procure. That's my strategy. That's what I'm doing on behalf of myself and the partners. What are you doing? What's your strategy? What opportunity are you putting yourself in front of? And don't just do it one time, right? You're talking about 6 months. 6 months. 6 months of going in the market and taking down 20, 30, 40, 50 properties every month for the next 6 months. That's what we're committing to. What are you committing to? I don't know your business. I don't know your industry. What opportunity is going down in your industry because of the bottleneck that COVID has created? Bottleneck that COVID has created. COVID created this. I didn't create this. COVID created this. The bottleneck is being unleashed right now. Where are you in terms of getting in front of that? In everybody's industry, not just the real estate industry, in all industries. Where's the bottleneck? Yo, we was in New York. They made me put all this, hazmat suit and all this type of stuff going in. Decided to go see my mom. There wasn't nobody trailing behind me with no COVID cleaner. That wasn't happening. Wasn't nobody sterilizing no rooms. I mean, they was doing the best that they could with the protocols that they had, but they didn't have no coronatizer machine. They didn't have nobody just walking around the hospital with a blue suit on for everybody that walks in there. Coronatize, 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 coronatize. They got machines. You put your head on the thing and scan your pineal gland. What is that doing? I mean, if I put my hat on, this is a lynx. This thing stay on long enough, my head gonna come in 180 degrees. It's hot as hell under this thing, right? You gotta keep the dome warm. So there's no real way to kind of just mitigate, if there's an outbreak. But just stay in your house for 14 days. Come on. Ain't nobody corona. You got something they got a product on the market that kills this stuff. They already said what it does. Electrostatic sprayers kill 99% of all viruses, including corona. And ain't nobody walking behind people just in the damn hospital. Just coronatize, coronatize, coronatize. It's crazy to me. Don't make no sense. Opportunities are everywhere. But because you angry that you got to get up and go to work to collect a check because you stealing, right? Because you angry, you're not able to what, class? Think. Oh, Dr. Anderson, it's crazy to me, right? People call me, yo, Doc, got a question. Doc, got a question. Cool, no problem, I got you. I'm on the line, I'm listening. Hey, Doc, what time is it in London? I know you do business, you international. You know what time it is in London? Google. What time is it in London? World clock. I'm waiting. London, England. There go Fonzie, International. 2:50 a.m. Dr. Anderson, I got another question. Well, what time is it in Dubai? I know you was talking about the Mike Tyson fight. You was talking about going to see Mike Tyson fight. What time is it in Dubai? Google. What time is it in Dubai? Like, people would rather call you in the middle of the day when it's time for you to get your money and ask you a dumbass question. Let's keep it real. I'm just saying, like, I'm not mad that people, lean on us like this. I'm not mad. It's all cool. But people, we got to do the work, right? We got Google. Like, Google is constantly listening, okay? It don't go off. It ain't like, oh, you got an iPhone or a Droid, they got software that's listening all the time. How do I know this? Because every time I pick up YouTube and I play a YouTube video, before I can even press the button, it's a self-directed IRA commercial. It's an investment prospectus. It's something related to real estate. It's some kind of gold or silver commercial. They are listening to everything that I'm saying. So since they're listening to what I'm saying, I'm like, okay, you're going to listen to me. I'm only going to say words that promote wealth. So when I go to look at my phone, I'm being redirected and re-promoted on other opportunities that are wealth building. Period. Oh, well, Dr. Anderson, the man is listening to you and the man is going to tell you what it is that you need to do. And then the man, because they listening, they watching you too. They watching you through the television. You got one of them flat screens in your house, Dr. Anderson. I know you got a big one. They big looking at you, Doc. They see you. They see your kid. They see everything going on. You need to do something about that, Doc. What can you do about it? Nothing. You ain't going to do nothing. So why not reprogram the machine? Machine listening to you, Everything you need to be talking about needs to be wealth building so that when you forget or life happens, it takes you away from your square. When you go to look at that video in the morning, when you're taking a crap before you get ready for your work day, you can be empowered with other strategies that you didn't think about, like a coronatizer machine. That makes sense. It's too much like right. So this is what we gotta do. We gotta what? Think. Then you gotta plan. Well, Doc, how can I plan? Now listen, planning. You might not be able to plan at home. You might not be able to plan in your house. I got young kids. There's a lot going on at the house. Sometimes I can't plan in the house. I gotta go to the office. Sometimes I can't plan at the office. Be a lot going on in the office. Can't make that up. There's always something going on in this month. Sometimes you gotta go away, right? You gotta go clear your mind, right? Where do you have the space to go to clear your mind so that you can plan effectively? Who are you planning with? Planning requires a team. Do you have a planning team? Other people to think about what are the potholes or areas that you might need to mitigate. That requires planning, okay? That requires a team. And remember, class, business is a what? Team sport. Can't do this by yourself. Can't go run out here down the hall by yourself. You're gonna get killed. Look what happened at the Super Bowl. Me and Raheem watched the Super Bowl. Dude got creamed. And that's a good team. Kansas City is a great team. But you know who creamed them? It wasn't, what's his name? The quarterback.
Tom Brady.
It wasn't Tom Brady. Oh, Tom Brady's the GOAT. It wasn't Brady. It was your boy from Morehouse College, the brother defensive coach, Bowles. Is that his name?
Top Bowles.
Todd Bowles. He smoked them. He killed Kansas City. He needed to get the MVP. I know they gave him the Lombardi Award, which was due for his strategies. They got smoked on strategy, man. These boys was reading their plays left and right. They couldn't even get out the pocket. They was stuck like Chuck on the Super Bowl. Strategy. Bowles took time to think. He took time to plan, and he executed based off of his strategy. He read them plays that Kansas City was running, and he communicated what all the plays were that they were going to run to his team, and his defensive line was able to respond because they were well prepped with the information. That's what this is. This is a football game, and I don't even play football like that. I don't even watch it like that, but only because of strategy, especially as it relates to business, and I've been relating war chest strategies in business directly to playbooks in football. You hear me speaking, I'm relating my war chest strategies directly to playbooks in football. So that means that if we're gonna be real business entrepreneurs, we gotta take real serious inventory on our strategies. What strategies are we even implementing? You know, do you even have a strategy? What's your strategy? You know what I'm saying? People out here, they don't even have strategies. If you don't have a strategy, you could go buy one. You know what they call them? They call them business format strategies. That's exactly what it is. It's inside of franchises. Franchise business models have business format systems. Do you know what business format systems are for? They're for people who have never run a business before. That's what you do. If you're on corporate, you ain't never run a play before, they got books for you to buy. They got business format systems already built in for you. Why are you out here trying to do it on your own? Oh, well, Doc, you know, God told me to go out here and do this business. No, the hell God didn't. Stop with that. God wouldn't tell you to do something and not give you the provisions and the resources and the people to do it. Stop it. Oh, well, I was sitting here listening. I was praying to God, and he showed me a sign. Was that God? Or was that the enemy? Or was that you being distracted and you being impatient and you not waiting on God because you want it right now, because you're not thinking, planning, and executing? So because you want it right now and you ask God, you're in expectancy for God to give it to you immediately. God don't work like that, man. Stop playing God like that. Stop telling God you want something immediately, like he got to stop what he's doing and listen to what it is that you're asking for and immediately respond. You might not be able to respond to what God has for you. God, this is God, man. This ain't no a phone call. Yeah, God, you said, God, you told me, God, you was going to give me the abundant life. Y'all playing with God, man. Stop it. Stop playing with this cat, man. Let's do the serious business. How you even going to go before the master and ask for something that you don't have the capacity to actually execute on? Who does that? To the master. This is the master. Stop it. Oh, well, Doc, I got a real close relationship. Jesus on the main. Man, Jesus on the main line, God, blah, 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 blah. I get all of that, right? But if you're not able to think, plan, and execute, why would you even ask God for the opportunity? Why would you ask him for an opportunity on something and you don't have the capacity to execute on it? That's just gonna frustrate you even more. So all I'm saying is, the frustration that you have on your job because you feel like they not letting you get up the glass ceiling. Doc, it's a conspiracy. They don't want us to be successful. Actually, they do. Because when I talk to white folks, you know what they tired about? White folks are tired about the same things I'm tired about. They tired about folks, what they call low poverty, ghetto mentality, out here taking stuff because they can't figure it out. People get upset. You driving, you eating good, you got stuff going on. They mad at you because they can't figure it out. So actually, white folks want you to be successful because they don't want to have to feel like they're carrying the load for folks that are not able to even take care of themselves. So what does that mean? That means that we have to become able to figure it out. We got to figure it out. All of this, oh, well, I'm waiting for a government subsidy. Oh, I'm waiting for this. I'm waiting for that. We got everything we need. All the money we need. Listen, man, there's free money out here. Free money. Free money. Well, Doc, where the money at? Where the money reside? Where the money reside? Where the money reside? Money is everywhere, man. We just went to Augusta. They talking about, listen, if y'all want to develop this money on a federal level, money on a state level, money on a city level, let me give y'all, well, where the money reside, Doc? Where the money at? I'm going to tell you where it is. They got something called bond financing, huh? City financing, bond financing on the city level. I'm talking Richmond County, Augusta now. They got something called CHIP money, which is available for the municipality to go get. So in Atlanta, if we got some development projects, we go sit down with the city and we tell the city, this is what we're doing as it relates to affordable housing. The city goes and applies for the CHIP money. They get a CHIP money to the developer. CHIP money come down, it's like 10 million. Keyword search, how to fund development projects. It's that simple. Google how to fund development projects. Did you know, class, there's something called a historic tax credit. Did you know that? There's something called federal money. Did you know that? Something called state money. Did you know that? There's something called low income housing tax credits. Did you know that? There's something called federal opportunity zone tax credits. Did you know that? I didn't know that. I kind of learned all of this today. Sharing it with you. Wealth Wednesdays. That's why you tune in. Give myself a bow. I'm just saying. Oh, well, Dr. Anderson, it's too hard to think. I didn't go to college, so I don't know how to plan. And my husband left me, Doc, so I don't think I can execute. I need you to help me, Doc. Hey, listen. I'm willing to help. However, we on the field right now. And I'm running the ball. I got to figure out which one of my receivers is open. And I got to throw that ball right in their chest. And I'm going down this field about 10 times because we got to win. We got too much riding on this, too many people depending on us. And I'm not going to fumble. I'm not dropping the ball because I stopped to assist somebody who didn't want to read a book didn't want to put in the time, effort, didn't want to commit because they hate their job. I'm not doing that. Now, George Cole, he's the homie. If you're not where you need to be with your credit or whatever like that, we're going to defer you to him if you're not where you need to be. And it's okay. You know, you put people in place. I can't talk to everybody. I can't. It just is not set up like not right now. Maybe, you know, after August, after we get through this 180-day challenge and where we need to be. But if you're not where you need to be for what it is that we got going on right now, it's all right. We're not knocking you. We're just going to place you with George Cole, and he can help get you together. We're going to place you with the team. We got a team of people that can help support where it is that you need to be. But right now, we got to roll over some money. We're talking about dropping $1 million every month for the next 6, 7, 8 months. We can't be trying to spend a whole bunch of time with people trying to rub 2 quarters together when we trying to take down. I'm just saying, I'm not knocking folks. I'm just saying, if we're not where we need to be right now, it's okay. We could put you with somebody who can help you get there. But right this minute, while we in front of the real estate Super Bowl, it's time to play. This is professional real estate Super Bowl type championship stuff going on. And these opportunities are here. They're in front of us, man. They are in front of us. In fact, municipalities are calling our office to bring the opportunity bus out to show us the opportunity. They had their own opportunity bus. They had a Ford F-150. It looked like one of them L buses that you get, little short bus that go to school to pick up the kids and stuff like that. They had that ready. They was all happy and stuff. It was like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. We showed up with our own Mercedes-Benz Sprinter with the driver and full staff, ready to go. Water in the back and the Yetis coolers and all. They was like, oh, y'all are serious. We'll just park our little opportunity bus. We're going to get on y'all bus. We sending a message. We said we're not playing. We're not playing. So all I'm saying is I'm not trying to talk down to nobody. I'm just saying we all have to change right now, tonight, and commit to a 180-day challenge for whatever it is that you're trying to do. No distractions. No distractions, no excuses. No distractions, no excuses. None of this hand-holding stuff. I can't figure this out. I need help. Well, if you need help and you can't figure it out, we got tutors. We got George Cole. This dude is cold-blooded, man. He's available. He can help you. This is what he wants to do. He wants to help people get them to where they need to be so that they can play, right? And right now, it's time to play. It's time to go out here and cut some heads off, man. Listen, it's time to go out here and do what it is that we need to do, period. End of story. I don't need to tell y'all why. I'm going to leave y'all with this. We have to have a reason to understand why we choose to be on the field of entrepreneurship. In the first chapter of the No Mortgage Strategy, I explain to the constituents and to the readers the importance of not having a mortgage. I believe deeply in my Noah that the mortgage is of the enemy. The word mort means death. The second word means engage. Literally, the mortgage is an engagement until death. If you're aspiring to be an entrepreneur and you sign up for a mortgage, you're robbing yourself of the ability for you to think, plan, and execute your opportunity. You should not have a mortgage. It is something that the oligarchs have created to keep a debtor's society and keep a class of slaves underneath them so that you are forced to go to work. No one should have a mortgage. If you have a mortgage, you need to figure out how to do some deals and get out of it. The mortgage is a noose around your neck. Furthermore, I might add, chapter 2, the amortization schedule. Amort, the same word from Latin root death, torization is the causation of death, a slow death at that. So the amortization schedule is the causation of a slow death vis-a-vis the mortgage. That's why on your amortization schedule, it's in 20, 30, and 40-year terms. That's why when you look at your amortization schedule, if you're in a 30-year term, the first 25 years of you paying on the mortgage goes straight to interest. It's only in the 26th year that your entire, almost 80% of your payment goes to pay on the principal. That means in a 25-year term, you pay for your house 5 times, class.
Got him.
If you extend it to a 40-year term, guess what? You paid for your house 8 times. It is a death engagement, a slow death engagement. Who would you wish a slow death upon for 40 years? Who do you wish that on? I wouldn't wish that on the white man. But we sign up for it. Give it to me. I gotta take care of my wife and child. I need a mortgage. The American dream: buy the house, buy the car, go to school, get a good education so you can get a good job. This is what they're telling you. And you do it using a mortgage. There's some rules to this, people. If you want to be out here, especially for you brothers that are married and that got families, you can't go out here playing Entrepro Negro, coming in the house late and the lights is off. Black women ain't trying to hear that. You ain't going out here playing Entrepro Negro, going to New York to go see your mom, and there ain't no food in the house. Black women ain't playing that. You ain't going out here driving, speaking, doing whatever you doing at the office. And the man knocking on the door, serving you, talking about eviction. You ain't playing Entrepro Negro. You got to get a job, right? You got to go get a, you got, Dr. Anderson, I got dreams, I got ideas. You get this, my mama used to tell me this, get a job, get a real job. It's funny now, right, mama? Get a real job. Okay, mama. That house you getting ready to stay in, mama? I can't wait. Every time she come in the door, get a job! And so put it on the ring. When she press the button, because she going to press the button to get in her own house. I went to the house trying to put my key in, I pressed the button. Get a job! I'll hook it up on the ring every time she comes. How come every time I open the door, it tells me to get a job? What's going on? Y'all don't want to hear that? Then you got to figure out a system, right, where you're collecting income, passive income, on a monthly basis so that all your bills and expenses are clear. What if you had $400-500 grand coming in every year? You didn't have to worry about it. 500 racks, and you ain't got to worry about it? Just coming in autopilot? How you do that, Dr. Anderson? Think, plan, execute. 180-day challenge. Think, plan, execute. It's that simple. We got to figure this out, man. We cannot just accept the cards that we've been dealt. Like, who plays like that? Oh, I'm out. Like, I can't win. I'm out. You don't know what the next card the dealer's going to give you. And if it's a bad hand, play that hand. Play it. See what happens. Somebody told me, oh, you can't get that house. The house is $1,250,000. Ain't no way you get in that house. If we show up and don't nobody else bid, got him. Woo. But that house gonna be $15,000. You gotta go get the money. You gotta get down there. If we show up and don't nobody else bid, got him. Well, they not gonna have no sale. It's COVID. You know they not having no sale, Doc. It's COVID. If we show up and don't nobody else bid, got him. You have to try. We've lost the art of even trying. We don't even want to try. We letting white folks spit in our face. Not once, not twice, 3 times. Where's the remix god at? Sweet the remix god. and put the Lionel Richie on there?
Oh no. You didn't.
Once, twice, 3 times later. Pop! Sway the remix god? Like that, why did I remix it that? I don't know. We gotta call Sway. Don't you know Sway?
Do I know him? Nah.
I know you know Sway. You know everybody, man. Call Sway the remix guy and tell him to put something to that
Alright.
Lionel Richie. That lady. Cause it's once, twice, 3 times.
You seen that? The other, you talking about the other
That lady spit on this lady, man. She spit on her. 3 times she spit on her. Can you imagine that? Three times. It's nuts, man. But that's where we are. She's taking it. That's the problem. She took it. Somebody was on the line was like, oh, she's better than me. She's real patient. That's what they saying on the chats. Oh, she's got a lot of patience. Bless her heart. Somebody put a Bible scripture up there talking about turn the other cheek and all of this other crazy stuff. Dude, God ain't say that. That's not what he said.
He said, "Don't be no fool."
I'm sorry.
Come on, y'all, stop it. Stop with this Bible thumping. Oh, we supposed to be good Christians and not let the white man spit on us. Who does that? Who does this? Who has ingrained in us that we supposed to do? Who has Christianized us? And I'm not knocking Christianity. I love the Lord. I'm a Christian, but we've been Christianized to submission. That's not Christianity. That's like saying, yo, when the slaves landed in Bahamas, they were Christianized so that they would be able to follow the law. Duh.
Business. Turn Christianity business.
Duh. Well, what's wrong with that, Dr. Anderson? You've been Christianized. You gonna put a Bible verse under there? Oh, she's just a good Christian girl. Ain't nothing about that Christian. Listen, Christ the Master, hear me, class. Jesus Christ the Master. There's only a few accounts in the great book that he lost himself. He went outside of himself. Book says that he acted outside of himself. This is Christ. This is the dude that's in check on all of his feelings. It says on the holiest part of the year, in the temple of the holiest of holies, the money changers were outside of the church. And they were hyperinflating the money. They were doing this right here. They was doing what happened on Wall Street a couple of weeks ago now, with the GameStop. Somebody went long, some people saw it, and they was trying to stop it, but they was inflating the money. Something that should have been Hebrew shekel coin, it says. Something that should have been $5. The joker was $5,000 because the black Jews, it was a racist move, the black Jews had to, in order to enter into the temple of holies, purchase the Hebrew shekel coin from the who? Money changers. Where the money reside, where the money reside, where the money reside. Come on, man. I need my shekel coin. I gotta go pray to the Lord. Okay, homie. Today it's $5,000. You better give me your $5,000 or you can't pray to your God. That's what happened. The account says Jesus Christ the Master. Not my Jesus, my sweet baby Jesus would do nothing like that. Boy, you not reading that book correctly. It doesn't say that. That's sweet baby Jesus. It says, mama, Christ himself turned tables over.
Snakes, heathens.
Bust people in the head.
He was cursing.
Over the matter of what? Economics. More specifically, black economics.
It was cursing.
So now we have an account, a regulated account in the book that says Christ himself got angered, turned tables over the matter of black economics. And you good Christians, I love my Bible and don't talk about my sweet baby Jesus, Dr. Anderson. Don't get angry over the man charging you interest. The book says you shouldn't charge your brother interest. That's what the book says. Jews don't charge each other interest. Arabs went to the moon today. They landed a rocket ship on the freaking moon. Arabs don't charge each other interest, but matter of fact, black people get charged interest. Saying, hey, we got to take this. We got to let these people spit in our face. We got to allow for these people to degradate us like this. And we're good Christians. Oh, which the Bible says we just gotta love everybody. Love one another daily. But we can let them charge us interest. We can let them create amortization schedules where we're just paying on interest for 25 years. That's not of God. Ain't nobody marching for that. Al Sharpton ain't up and marching for that. Ain't nobody breaking down Congress for that. Y'all gonna bust into Congress. That's something to bust into Congress for. The mortgages is a joke. Ain't nobody rioting for that. Black Lives Matter. Ain't nobody say the mortgage. Listen to me, class. Who owns Black Lives Matter? Last time I checked, George Soros put $100 million behind Black Lives Matter. But y'all out there putting your fists up, talking about Black Lives Matter. Do Black Lives really matter if George Soros co-opted the movement from its inception? Well, you know, Dr. Anderson, you be using big words, and everybody don't know George Soros and know who he is, and so you be talking about George Soros like people need to know. Google. You don't know who George Soros is? Google it. This dude broke the Bank of London. And when the Queen lost her money, they decided to knight this dude because he's the one who bailed the Queen of England out. George Soros. Google that. Think, plan, execute. So what am I getting to? I'm telling y'all this, it's real simple. You got a choice. You either be like this lady who got spit on. I'm not going for that. That's not even in the MO. Right? That's why we doing Wealth Wednesday. Because that's unacceptable behavior. You either be like this lady who got spit on, or you move out of the way of the stick. That's what my father said. He says, listen, you don't give a stick to somebody who don't know how to move out of the way of the stick. Don't even train them. Because first you have to be trained to move out of the way of the stick. And we're getting beat upside our heads. And we're looking at Master saying, thank you, Master. Hit me again, please. And that's unacceptable behavior. It's unacceptable. Even if it's in our own religion to do such. The Jews don't do that. They read their Torah, they own land. The Torah tells them to own land. Jews possess the land. There's only 7 million Jews on the friggin' planet. They control 98% of the world's wealth. Metro Goldwyn and Meyer, right? They, every time you, roar, those are Jews. They own all of that, right? They own that. You want Lionsgate? Jews. You want to put a film out? It's $20,000 a screen for exposures. We need 50,000 screens or 5,000 screens. That's $20 million. You got to go to Jews to do that. You want a burger? Oh, the hot dog? Mr. Wiener? Nathan's? Jews. Huh?
What's your masters?
They come out with another brand. They call it kosher. Hebrew National. Frank's. Hot dogs. You at the game? Jews. Oh, you're at the game. They own the team. Jews. Oh, you read that newspaper? The Financial Times? Jews. Oh, yeah, the Wall Street Journal? Jews. The people who sit on NASDAQ? Jews. Where the money reside? Jews. They popping out the back of the truck. Where the money reside? Where the money reside? Where the money? Yarmulke. Shalom, my friend. Shalom, my friend. Shalom, shalom, Shabbat. Doc, that's anti-Semitic. No, stop it. The real Jews are black people anyway. Those are so-called Jews. She's a conspiracy, Dr. Anderson. The man is a conspiracy. Taking your bomb. They're listening to you. They're stopping your bombs. Anyway, I say all this to say we got to have plans. We got to execute. We don't got no plans. We can't execute. It's problematic. Questions? Where we at?
I know just one little note. Troop _Charles said, Doc, you got me all over the road on 40 westbound. when you was dropping the other information. You gotta laugh.
40, where's 40 westbound?
I don't know.
That's Tennessee, right?
Is it? I
They in
think so.
Tennessee watching this?
Yeah.
What's up, Tennessee?
Said Truth _ Charles. I don't know if you know that.
Okay,
That was funny though. It was early. I was trying to get you on that. That was funny. I don't know.
my man.
Yeah.
What we got over here, bro?
Yo, this is my favorite Star episode right here. Man, this dude is nuts. Y'all didn't expect her to hit that old lady. I would wish they
at the post office? Yo, we gotta start doing live episodes. Like when I go in there, it's
Yeah.
Fonzie, you need to take the camera when I just go to mess with
Yeah.
her. We gonna mess with her. It needs to be an episode on Wealth Wednesday. We just go mess with this lady. Just for a small period of time.
I would wish they should have the white man that make it a 50 to 60 year mortgage, LOL, and make sure he got a minimum wage job before kids, LOL. Doc, I'm ready. My credit is good. And
I don't do the credit thing. That's George Cole. George Cole, you gotta talk to Mr. Cole on that.
Mr. Cole.
Mr. Cole's out
I went
here.
back too far, okay.
He's doing his thing. Okay, Calvin Maddox, what's up? Memphis, Tennessee in the house. Jeremy Fountain.
Yeah, that was earlier.
Okay, earlier. Got you. Peace. Quintessential. Oh, hey, Yvette. Miss White. Oh, Dr. White, excuse me. Hey, how are you doing tonight? You telling me I could come to Atlanta to get a loan? I guess so.
That was Charles.
Okay.
Charles.
Quintessential. I saw them using the electrostatic gun on the airline commercial. Yo,
Yeah.
if y'all flying on planes and don't nobody got an electrostatic gun, you need to buy one and you need to electrostatic everybody that's on the flight with you. Because from my understanding, they're telling you, at least Delta is suggesting, that they have changed the filtration systems and they have some kind of new HEPA filter or whatever. But the HEPA filter, this is what's crazy. I got HEPA filters at my house. HEPA filters don't work unless there's a UV component in them, all right? So we got molecules in every room, in the bathroom, like all over the place. When this thing first went down, I hit my air system in the house. I hit the ducts, I put UV lights in the ducts, I put molecules in every room. It was like, yo, we not getting COVID. And so I even bought them for the people next door. Was like, yo, put this in there so, you know, we see you, whatever, you know, you good. So in order for these HEPA filters to work, the UV light gotta for a brief period of time. Not supposed to look at it. It needs to be in some kind of shield. If it's in the ductwork, cool. But the 30 seconds. It's gotta go for a minute or so, minute, 2 minutes, something like that. They don't have this technology in the plane. They telling you they do. HEPA filters don't have the UV lights. The recycled air, because when you're flying, you get it. If you're flying, people do not go to the restroom. If you gotta fly, if it's an emergency, I had an emergency. I had to go home, check on mom. Everything's cool. I drove, or I didn't drive. I went by ground. Okay. So, but if you don't have to fly, don't fly right now, unless you got the Honda Jet and you can control everything that's coming through the air filtration system. But if you got to get on the plane with other people, do not go in that bathroom. Get you a really good filtration mask that has a UV light that filters the air with a UV light on it, and bring your Coronatizer. Go buy electrostatic spray. It's $1,000. Spend that money and walk through the plane and Coronatize everybody on the plane. I swear to God, I would do that. If I had to fly commercial, I'm not flying commercial right now. I grounded myself until I can pay Honda Jet this money and we could put everybody on the plane and go to where we gotta go. I'm not subjecting myself to this. They talking about you gotta vaccinate in order to get on the plane. I'm not doing all that. I'm not doing that, so I gotta buy a Honda Jet. I don't know what y'all are doing, but if you gotta get on the plane and you gotta go international, I gotta go to the motherland, I gotta go to Africa, cool, Coronatize everybody on that mug. Don't get on the plane and not Coronatize. And then the people are gonna be like, yo, what are you doing? What are you spraying? It's the Coronatizer. It kills COVID. Oh, please spray me. Spray me, please. The LGBTQ, spray me. No problem. We'll spray you. Turn around, please. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Where can I get this? Is this on Amazon? Excellent. No problem. All right, think, plan, execute. Zoom test servicing. Reverend Lathan. Oh, we got the Reverend Lathan checking us out. RFM Reverend Lathan in Detroit says preach. Preach. Thanks, Rev. Calvin Maddox, I'm ready to get my credit. It's good. Ross funded. When will I get started? As soon as there's some inventory. As soon as we see some inventory, we're going to call for the money. I'm waiting for research to tell me what if it's there or not. Y'all didn't expect y'all didn't expect her to hit the old lady, Michael Grant. I don't know, brother. I don't want to promote violence, especially
That third time,
she was the elderly.
That's it.
She's the elder. But I'm not about all of that, man. I grew up in the church and I love the Lord, but I ain't about all of that.
Tough gig, man.
Tough gig. Who does that?
I work in convalescent home.
I couldn't do that.
Yeah, it's,
I mean, I would do it, but if it's like, you know what I'm learning? And the more that I get older, it's about being kind. You know what I'm saying?
no, absolutely.
If you're kind to people,
Yeah,
it don't matter what's going on.
Yeah, the energy
They could be
come
having a real bad day. You kind,
Yeah,
it's cool. They'll give you whatever you want.
yeah, the
You
energy
don't,
come back.
you don't gotta have no money. You don't gotta do that. If you just be kind.
Mm-hmm.
Was in a dollar store yesterday, man. Some dude, I think he went to Morehouse, man. He was just acting indignant. You know what I'm saying? Probably was a capper from some light-skinned capper from Morehouse. You know what I'm saying?
Hey now.
He was just on the line telling the lady to hurry up.
Oh no.
He was just being rude, man.
The dollar store? You
At the
trying to
dollar
hurry
store.
up?
I went to the dollar store because we had to paint. And I didn't want to pay Home Depot for the paint stuff because the paint stuff at the dollar store, it's like cheaper. You know what I'm saying? You go to Home Depot, it's $30 for
Yeah.
a brush.
Yeah.
You could go to the dollar store and get all of the paint supplies for like $10, $15, $20. So I was trying to be, I'm learning how to be frugal. Okay, cool. Frugality in the house. I'm learning frugality. I'm standing on the line. This dude comes in for Swisher Sweets. Who does that? Who does that? And he's indignant.
Oh,
An intellectual, quote unquote, indignant, right? Morehouse, Kappa grad.
we need the smoke.
Can I get some Swisher Sweets, please? Who's this? We in the hood, man. We in the dollar store, right? I got my cousin outside the truck, standing outside like this. We in the hood, the trap. I asked you for the Swisher Sweets on that side of the right hand of the box. Those specifically is what I asked for, please and thank you. Yeah. Are you serious right now?
Bro.
Ma'am, you're not moving fast enough. I asked you to pick this up for me so I can procure these products and go on about my business. I'll have a manager, please. Manager, I'll have you fired. I'm like, dog, relax. It's the dollar store, man. And the girl on the other end, she got hype. She was like, hey, this is the dollar store. she let him know where we was. I was like, so what I'm saying is, it was an argument. The manager got called to the front. It was all this craziness. And I'm chaos. I'm trying to just pay so I can get the brushes to my cousin so we can finish what we're doing so it's bright in here. I had to diffuse the situation because she wanted to come all of that on me. Right? So I'm like, hey, how's your day today? He was being a jerk, but God loves you, and so do I. I hope you have a really good day. She was like, I needed that. Thank you for.
You
I
gotta tell
said,
her haircut looks good too.
well, I didn't do all of that
Okay.
because she was hard on the eyes, so I didn't want to do that.
that.
She was like, hey, Dr. Anderson, hey. I don't need them problems. I'm with my wife and the kids. Hey! It's like, you know this bitch? Hey, baby. I don't know her, all right?
my dog.
I just went to the dollar store.
That's my dog. Bebo.
I don't need no problems. I don't need them problems. I don't need them problems.
Sanjay K.
Don't need them problems. Right. So I didn't do all that.
Oh, okay.
I just said, I love you and God loves you. God said God loves you and I love you.
Okay.
Be kind. Kindness. Kindness.
More honey than vinegar.
Kindness. Kindness goes a long way. So be kind. Think, plan, execute. Spa Doja.
Wow.
All ears today, planning to get on the bus about a year. That's great, man. You got a plan. Think, plan, execute, Spa Doja. My man. Nicole Noel. I would have turned her cheek.
What?
Nicole, you lying. You lying on the Wealth Wednesday, Nicole. You the most radical light-skinned sister I know. You would have punched that old lady right in her no-mouth having face. I love you, Nicole.
Yo, Dr. Anderson.
I'm up next. I want billboards. I think Nicole did get some billboards. I think you got some billboards in Macon. That 905 Key Street, I think that was Nicole Noel's spot. I gotta double check that. That had a billboard on there, right?
Didn't we have at least two that had?
I think you got something with a billboard down there. I gotta double check. It's about an acre, right?
I don't remember that amount, but
It was on the corner, and we could put like a Dunkin' Donuts or something there, right? I'll call you, Nicole. This something already went down.
The residential commercial spot.
No, there was something with a billboard on that throughway near that
Yeah, I do
Georgia
remember.
Power that you picked up.
We drove through there.
Yeah. You could put a Starbucks or something on the corner. Yeah. We're waiting for the title work. We haven't got the title back. It's about 90 days for the title work. Once we get that back, we'll talk about that. All right. Anybody else got any questions before we get out of here? End of the night, long day. Any other questions? What's this song these kids is playing?
Something like that.
No, this
That's another one. Wow.
All right, y'all, we good. Arthur Quarterman, little late today, but keep dropping the nines. Only slaves think like that. Michael Wall, my man.
Wow.
Slavery, that's woo. But I don't want to say that sister's a slave. But that's crazy. Like, I don't know, man. I couldn't do that. I couldn't be in that situation.
You ever remember that movie? I was watching Pete Rock talking about the movie called Slaves from back in the 70s.
I have to watch it.
Yeah.
I
Send
don't
to you on
wanna know.
Instagram, from Pete Rock.
Okay. I'll have to check it out, man. We'll have to check it
Dionne
out.
Warwick was in it, man.
Hmm?
Dionne Warwick.
Dionne Warwick.
Yeah. It's an old movie from the 70s, but it's called Slave.
Oh. I thought you were talking about Dionne Warwick's on the line.
Oh.
I was like, what?
From the grave, brother?
No, she ain't dead.
Is she not? Oh, my bad.
Dionne Warwick's like, don't say that, Fonzie.
I'm
What's wrong with
sorry.
you?
I'm sorry.
Don't put Dionne in the grave. What's wrong with you, Fonzie?
I'm sorry.
No, don't do that to Dionne. Hold on, just for that.
The longest running psychic network.
Well, she knows it's coming. Shit, you know.
Oh, hey! Hey! Oh, man, no. It's Dionne Warwick for y'all. I gotta go. I appreciate y'all hanging out with us. I really do. If you need some assistance, think, plan, execute. Well, Wednesday, it's your boy Dr. David Anderson, aka Mr. Black Economics. Come on! same black channel, same black station.